Then proceeded to miss two more match darts of his own before making a crybaby mime to the crowd. However, Van Veen held his nerve and hit double six for the match. The briefest of handshakes followed before Littler marched off. Speaking though after that quarter-final win, Van Veen said, "From my perspective, I missed the double 15 and I was fuming with myself that I missed, and I looked around and he was celebrating that I missed. That was out of order. I was fuming about that." On to basketball now, and the Oklahoma City Thunder condemned the Los Angeles Lakers to one of the heaviest defeats in their history, one made more painful by an injury to star Luka Doncic. Reigning NBA champions Thunder claimed a commanding 139-96 victory, helped by 28 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as they improved their league best record to 61-16. It was a first defeat in 5 for the Lakers, who must now wait to learn the severity of Doncic's left hamstring injury after the Slovenian appeared emotional as he exited the court during the third quarter. And finally now finishing in snooker, and John Higgins produced a memorable comeback as he fought from 8-5 down to beat Mark Selby 10-8 and move into the semi-finals of the Tour Championship in Manchester. In an almost identical encounter to last year's final, also won by the Scot, Higgins took the opening session but was then forced to watch his fellow four-time world champion Selby compile breaks of 1-2-7 and 1-3-1 on his way to reeling off 5 consecutive frames. However, Higgins showed his fighting qualities from there and his remarkable ability to find his best form under pressure. While Selby was unfortunate with the run of balls at times, Higgins ruthlessly knocked in breaks of 56, 92, 74, 78 and 72 to repeat his success of 12 months ago, setting up a semi-final with world champion Zhao Jingtong on Saturday. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in golf, and the first round of the Valero Texas Open on the PGA Tour has been completed, and the American Mark Hubbard is top of the standings on 7 under after signing for a round of 65. In close proximity is Tony Finau, Davis Thompson, Andrew Putnam, Robert McIntyre and Stephen Fisk. They're all on 6 under, one shot off the lead. Sam Ryder, Will Zalatoris, Tommy Fleetwood, Maverick McNeely, Christo Lamprecht, Eric Cole, Ludwig Aubert and Kevin Roy are a further shot in arrears on 5 under. Sticking with golf, and a 3-time champion Phil Mickelson will miss this year's Masters and step away from golf for an extended period because of a family health matter. The American has only missed the tournament on 3 other occasions since making his debut at Augusta in 1991. In a post, though, on X, Mickelson wrote, "Unfortunately, I will not play in the Masters tournament next week and will be out for an extended period of time as my family continues to navigate a personal health matter." Moving on to darts now, and Jan Van Veen accused Luke Littler of being out of order on night 9 of the Premier League as Gerwyn Price secured victory in Manchester. Welshman Price was in stunning form throughout the evening. He averaged 105.84 to beat Van Veen 6-2 in the final and move up to second in the table with his second nightly win of the campaign. However, the major talking point came at the end of Van Veen's thrilling 6-5 victory over Littler in the quarter-finals. The Dutchman, he turned his head in disappointment after missing double 15 for the match in the deciding leg and then saw Littler celebrating. That led to an angry reaction from the world champion, who gestured for Van Veen to get on with it. Littler then proceeded to miss 2 more match darts of his own before making a crybaby mime to the crowd. However, Van Veen held his nerve and hit double six for the match. The briefest of handshakes followed before Littler marched off. Speaking though after that quarter-final win, Van Veen said, "From my perspective, I missed the double 15 and I was fuming with myself that I missed, and I looked around and he was celebrating that I missed. That was out of order. I was fuming about that." On to basketball now, and the Oklahoma City Thunder condemned the Los Angeles Lakers to one of the heaviest defeats in their history, one made more painful by an injury to star Luka Doncic. Reigning NBA champions Thunder claimed a commanding 139-96 victory, helped by 28 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as they improved their league best record to 61-16. It was a first defeat in 5 for the Lakers, who must now wait to learn the severity of Doncic's left hamstring injury after the Slovenian appeared emotional as he exited the court during the third quarter. And finally now finishing in snooker, and John Higgins produced a memorable comeback as he fought from 8-5 down to beat Mark Selby 10-8 and move into the semi-finals of the Tour Championship in Manchester. In an almost identical encounter to last year's final, also won by the Scot, Higgins took the opening session but was then forced to watch as fellow four-time world champion Selby compile breaks of 1-2-7 and 1-3-1 on his way to reeling off 5 consecutive frames. However, Higgins showed his fighting qualities from there and his remarkable ability to find his best form under pressure. While Selby was unfortunate with the run of balls at times, Higgins ruthlessly knocked in breaks of 56, 92, 74, 78 and 72 to repeat his success of 12 months ago, setting up a semi-final with world champion Zhao Jingtong on Saturday. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in golf, and the first round of the Valero Texas Open on the PGA Tour has been completed, and the American Mark Hubbard is top of the standings on 7 under after signing for a round of 65. In close proximity is Tony Finau, Davis Thompson, Andrew Putnam, Robert McIntyre and Stephen Fisk. They're all on 6 under, one shot off the lead. Sam Ryder, Will Zalatoris, Tommy Fleetwood, Maverick McNeely, Christo Lamprecht, Eric Cole, Ludwig Aubert and Kevin Roy are a further shot in arrears on 5 under. Sticking with golf, and a 3-time champion Phil Mickelson will miss this year's Masters and step away from golf for an extended period because of a family health matter. The American has only missed the tournament on 3 other occasions since making his debut at Augusta in 1991. In a post, though, on X, Mickelson wrote, "Unfortunately, I will not play in the Masters tournament next week and will be out for an extended period of time as my family continues to navigate a personal health matter." Moving on to darts now, and Jan van Veen accused Luke Littler of being out of order on night 9 of the Premier League as Gerwyn Price secured victory in Manchester. Welshman Price was in stunning form throughout the evening. He averaged 105.84 to beat Van Veen 6-2 in the final and move up to second in the table with his second nightly win of the campaign. However, the major talking point came at the end of Van Veen's thrilling 6-5 victory over Littler in the quarter-finals. The Dutchman, he turned his head in disappointment after missing double 15 for the match in the deciding leg and then saw Littler celebrating. That led to an angry reaction from the world champion, who gestured for Van Veen to get on with it. Littler then proceeded to miss 2 more match darts of his own before making a crybaby mime to the crowd. However, Van Veen held his nerve and hit double 6 for the match. The briefest of handshakes followed before Littler marched off. Speaking though after that quarter-final win, Van Veen said, "From my perspective, I missed the double 15 and I was fuming with myself that I missed, and I looked around and he was celebrating that I missed. That was out of order. I was fuming about that." On to basketball now, and the Oklahoma City Thunder condemned the Los Angeles Lakers to one of the heaviest defeats in their history, one made more painful by an injury to star Luka Doncic. Reigning NBA champions Thunder claimed a commanding 139-96 victory, helped by 28 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as they improved their league best record to 61-16. It was a first defeat in 5 for the Lakers, who must now wait to learn the severity of Doncic's left hamstring injury after the Slovenian appeared emotional as he exited the court during the third quarter. And finally now, finishing in snooker, and John Higgins produced a memorable comeback as he fought from 8-5 down to beat Mark Selby 10-8 and move into the semi-finals of the Tour Championship in Manchester. In an almost identical encounter to last year's final, also won by the Scot, Higgins took the opening session but was then forced to watch as fellow four-time world champion Selby compile breaks of 1-2-7 and 1-3-1 on his way to reeling off 5 consecutive frames. However, Higgins showed his fighting qualities from there and his remarkable ability to find his best form under pressure. While Selby was unfortunate with the run of balls at times, Higgins ruthlessly knocked in breaks of 56, 92, 74, 78 and 72 to repeat his success of 12 months ago, setting up a semi-final with world champion Zhao Jingtong on Saturday. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in golf, and the first round of the Valero Texas Open on the PGA Tour has been completed, and the American Mark Hubbard is top of the standings on 7 under after signing for a round of 65. In close proximity is Tony Finau, Davis Thompson, Andrew Putnam, Robert McIntyre and Stephen Fisk. They're all on 6 under, one shot off the lead. Sam Ryder, Will Zalatoris, Tommy Fleetwood, Maverick McNeely, Christo Lamprecht, Eric Cole, Ludwig Aubert and Kevin Roy are a further shot in arrears on 5 under. Sticking with golf, and a 3-time champion Phil Mickelson will miss this year's Masters and step away from golf for an extended period because of a family health matter. The American has only missed the tournament on 3 other occasions since making his debut at Augusta in 1991. In a post though on X, Mickelson wrote, "Unfortunately, I will not play in the Masters tournament next week and will be out for an extended period of time as my family continues to navigate a personal health matter." Moving on to darts now, and Jan van Veen accused Luke Littler of being out of order on night 9 of the Premier League as Gerwyn Price secured victory in Manchester. Welshman Price was in stunning form throughout the evening. He averaged 105.84 to beat Van Veen 6-2 in the final and move up to second in the table with his second nightly win of the campaign. However, the major talking point came at the end of Van Veen's thrilling 6-5 victory over Littler in the quarter-finals. The Dutchman, he turned his head in disappointment after missing double 15 for the match in the deciding leg and then saw Littler celebrating. That led to an angry reaction from the world champion, who gestured for Van Veen to get on with it. Littler then proceeded to miss 2 more match darts of his own before making a crybaby mime to the crowd. However, Van Veen held his nerve and hit double 6 for the match. The briefest of handshakes followed before Littler marched off. Speaking though after that quarter-final win, Van Veen said, "From my perspective, I missed the double 15 and I was fuming with myself that I missed, and I looked around and he was celebrating that I missed. That was out of order. I was fuming about that." On to basketball now, and the Oklahoma City Thunder condemned the Los Angeles Lakers to one of the heaviest defeats in their history, one made more painful by an injury to star Luka Doncic. Reigning NBA champions Thunder claimed a commanding 139-96 victory, helped by 28 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as they improved their league best record to 61-16. It was a first defeat in 5 for the Lakers, who must now wait to learn the severity of Doncic's left hamstring injury after the Slovenian appeared emotional as he exited the court during the third quarter. And finally now finishing in snooker, and John Higgins produced a memorable comeback as he fought from 8-5 down to beat Mark Selby 10-8 and move into the semi-finals of the Tour Championship in Manchester. In an almost identical encounter to last year's final, also won by the Scot, Higgins took the opening session but was then forced to watch his fellow 4-time world champion Selby compile breaks of 1-2-7 and 1-3-1 on his way to reeling off 5 consecutive frames. However, Higgins showed his fighting qualities from there and his remarkable ability to find his best form under pressure. While Selby was unfortunate with the run of balls at times, Higgins ruthlessly knocked in breaks of 56, 92, 74, 78 and 72 to repeat his success of 12 months ago, setting up a semi-final with world champion Zhao Jingtong on Saturday. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in golf, and the first round of the Valero Texas Open on the PGA Tour has been completed, and the American Mark Hubbard is top of the standings on 7 under after signing for a round of 65. In close proximity is Tony Finau, Davis Thompson, Andrew Putnam, Robert McIntyre and Stephen Fisk. They're all on 6 under, 1 shot off the lead. Sam Ryder, Will Zalatoris, Tommy Fleetwood, Maverick McNeely, Christo Lamprecht, Eric Cole, Ludwig Aubert and Kevin Roy are a further shot in arrears on 5 under. Sticking with golf, and a 3-time champion Phil Mickelson will miss this year's Masters and step away from golf for an extended period because of a family health matter. The American has only missed the tournament on 3 other occasions since making his debut at Augusta in 1991. In a post though on X, Mickelson wrote, "Unfortunately, I will not play in the Masters tournament next week and will be out for an extended period of time as my family continues to navigate a personal health matter." Moving on to darts now, and Jan van Veen accused Luke Littler of being out of order on night 9 of the Premier League as Gerwyn Price secured victory in Manchester. Welshman Price was in stunning form throughout the evening. He averaged 105.84 to beat Van Veen 6-2 in the final and move up to second in the table with his second nightly win of the campaign. However, the major talking point came at the end of Van Veen's thrilling 6-5 victory over Littler in the quarter-finals. The Dutchman, he turned his head in disappointment after missing double 15 for the match in the deciding leg and then saw Littler celebrating. That led to an angry reaction from the world champion, who gestured for Van Veen.
We're now entering that final stretch of the championship season. When you come off the back of that final international break, that's when you know you really hit the business end of the season in the championship. Every game is absolutely massive, and today is going to prove that. Only 2 points separate these two sides. Of course, not a surprise win because they are sat in fourth, but it would be a bit of a surprise win if Millwall can come to the Riverside and get a victory. It'd be massive for them. It'd see them jump into the top two. They did just go to Ipswich and get a draw, did Millwall, before the international break. 1-1 away from home, which is a fantastic result for them in that one. I think if you offered Alex Neil a point today, he'd snap your hand off as well, just to stay with the pack that's ahead of them in the automatic push. It feels more of a second place push, doesn't it, with Coventry sat on 80 points and quite clear at the top of the table. It started a little bit scrappy, Millwall winning a throw-in, nothing too much to shout about so far. It's myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Tom Wilson. And Tom, sometimes your AFL 12:30 kickoffs, they can be a little bit slow, but fingers crossed, like I mentioned, such a big game. Two really informed sides throughout the season. Fingers crossed it's a good game.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully it's not one of those that's a little bit cagey, a little bit tight. Neither side wants to lose. Middlesbrough haven't really played like that at all this season. Millwall maybe a little bit more pragmatic given that they're away from home, but ball into the area early on for Middlesbrough. Shot blocked though and away for a corner. Big chance actually, wasn't it, for the home side? But you briefly mentioned Alex Neil there. He's got a reputation as someone who can get promotions. He's had 3 in his managerial career already, albeit one of them in Scotland for Hamilton, and then Norwich and Sunderland as well in the Championship and the League One playoffs respectively. So he'll fancy his chances. Maybe he wants more than a draw. We'll wait and see how his side's set up. But yeah, bright start from the hosts.
Yeah, really bright start in the end. It was a good ball across towards Tommy Conway. Took the touch. I believe the Millwall man, he just got a toe in, and then it got blocked off Kramer and out for a corner kick. So first corner of the game goes towards Middlesbrough in this one. Target towards the front post. Headed flick on by Alan Brown. He gets real clear contact on it, doesn't he? But he hooks it over the bar. But a decent start for the home side.
Yeah, good ball in, isn't it? From that corner, an in-swinger right on the sort of corner of the 6-yard box, isn't it? Alan Brown reads it well, runs onto it. Josh Coburn, the man who's marking him. Of course, he's a former Middlesbrough player. Moved last summer, made that move permanent in July, but Brown just got away from him there. Dangerous ball in, good header just over the bar, but that's 2 chances for the home side already.
Yeah, 2 early chances in this one. They've only lost the 8 times this season, have at Middlesbrough. See Ivanovic into the penalty area. He looks across the face of goal, well blocked away by Melander and cleared away by Matt Target. Got to pick and choose their moments, don't they, Middlesbrough, in this one, you feel, as Coburn, the former Middlesbrough man himself, the former Middlesbrough striker, he's penalised for an offside, but here come Middlesbrough on the counter. They've caught Millwall off guard a little bit. It's ball to the right hand side. Britton lays it off for McGree. He tries to stab it in towards Strelic. There's a terrible slice clearance. And Millwall give away the cheapest of corners. It's been a real panicky start for the visitors.
Yeah, nervy, isn't it, from Millwall so far. Didn't need to concede the corner there, but equally maybe could have been punished a little bit harder because McGree's rushed his pass. He should take a touch and maybe even get a shot off. Doesn't need to pass it there on the edge of the box. Yes, he's got a player in support to his right, but that is certainly a shooting opportunity, but they've got a corner.
Yes, we now see this corner ready to be taken again. Let's see if they can maybe find the head of Melander. He certainly seems the more aerial threat in there with Dale Fry as well. I'll run you through the lineups in a moment once this corner has been taken. But just waiting for it still to get us underway. They've gone short from this one towards the edge of the penalty area. Britton then whips it in towards the front post. It ricochets for Luke Hillin. He hits it on his left foot. It falls to Fry with a strike. What a chance that he's put over the bar. He's onside as well, the Middlesbrough skipper. He's in acres of space as it ricochets to him at the back post. It's a real centre-half finish, the fact that he somehow put it over the bar. The flag stayed down. What an opportunity.
Yeah, well, I was just keeping an eye on that official on the far side, Kieran, just making sure, just waiting to see the flag go up. It never came, and I'm sure Dale Fry was probably hoping that it had gone up as well, because that is a big chance gone missing for the centre-half and for the captain. As you mentioned, it's a real defender's finish from him. Brilliant from Ayling to keep it alive, and Fry actually makes really good movement, does actually bring himself back on side, finds a little bit of space and should do better.
Yeah, good battle between Fry and Coburn as well when those long balls are going up to the Millwall forwards. We then see a challenge go in. Millwall finally have a little bit of possession, but even that pass is a little bit loose. Femi Aziz keeps it in play for now. He looks for a ball in behind for Ivanovic. It's a great ball, and Ivanovic on the full stretch trying to take it down. It's a really difficult first touch, isn't it, that he couldn't bring under his spell. It ricochets into the goalkeeper. Great idea from Aziz, but here comes Middlesbrough straight on the break. set real tempo to the start of this game.
Yeah, you used the word stretch there, and I think that's exactly what Aziz was thinking, just to get his side out of their own defensive third, stretch the opponents. Here they come again.
Denore with a strike from distance. It's straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. What a great start to the game. It's been opening 5.5 minutes. And there's real talking points already. Sometimes you've got nothing to talk about in 5.5 minutes. There's 3 or 4 big talking points already.
Yeah, it's not that cagey, tight affair that we were hoping it wouldn't be. It's certainly the opposite. It's open, both teams going for it. Borough more than most, but you can see Middlesbrough in the last minute, 2 minutes, getting a foot on the ball and trying to go forward a little bit more. We don't have the benefit of the audio from inside Riverside Stadium this afternoon, but I can imagine the hosts are making it a pretty loud atmosphere.
Yeah, Tommy Conway have been quite busy so far in this one, just piling on the pressure on Kramer. Malanda with the ball into the middle for Strelec, who then finds Tommy Conway, who's on the left-hand side as expected in this one. And now it's going to be Morris, who goes all the way across towards the right-hand side for Luke Ayling. He brings it down. He's going to drive forwards, looking to get across Coburn. He goes down. Maybe a little bit fortunate to win that free kick, Luke Ayling. I think Coburn's maybe making the point. Well, he said he won the ball. I don't think he did win the ball, but I'm not sure he showed too much almost aggression in the chance. Just leans across, maybe just catches him from a little bit behind. But Luke Ayling, he was always looking for that.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that trademark Ayling flop that we see from the former Leeds United man, but it was pretty close, and Coburn just gets a little bit too close for comfort on him. Any contact there, Ayling's going to go down, wins a free kick, stops Millwall trying to get on the counter.
Yes, we now see this free kick ready to be taken now. Still not been able to run you through the lineups because there's just not really been a stoppage in this one. As we'll wait for this free kick to be taken. Dale Fry lurking at the back post again. No surprise it's Coburn on him. But Millwall, a real tall physical side in that penalty area. As we're just waiting for this free kick still to be taken by Callum Britton. Holds his left arm up for a signal. Whips it in with a real bit of pace for the head of Malanda. He puts his header wide in the end. Once again, another opportunity for Middlesbrough, but this time can't find the target.
Yeah, you just get the sense that Millwall are a little bit fortunate here. Maybe 4 or 5 chances now that Middlesbrough have, and don't get me wrong, only the Fry one is clear cut, but they're winning every contact inside the area. That's 2 headers, one from set pieces, plus the flick on from another set piece as well, and then that effort from Conway. So Middlesbrough certainly get the rub of the green, and Millwall, you just get the sense that they're under the cosh a little bit here, and they're getting away with one.
Yeah, they are. Well, I can finally run you through the lineups for Middlesbrough. They've got Britton goal, back 3 of Ayling, Fry and Malanda, with wing-backs of Britton and Target, midfield duo of Morris and McGree, and a front three of Brown and Conway either side of Strelec, whereas for Millwall, who have just given away a throw-in in Middlesbrough's half, for Millwall they have Patterson in goal, back 4 of Kramer, Cooper, Taylor and Sturge. Wingers of Nesley and Aziz, with the midfield 2 of Denore and Mitchell, and then a front 2 of Ivanovic and Coburn. As we see Middlesbrough trying to come down the right-hand side. It's McGree battling, but can't win the ball. It's going to be cleared by Mitchell towards the right, but Aziz is nowhere to be seen. And Target can just play a simple ball back to Britton. But 9 minutes, it feels like we finally hit the slowest part of the game.
Yeah, and we've been treated, haven't we, to 9 minutes of free-flowing attacking football from both sides, just starting to settle down now. And as you'd expect, it's the host Middlesbrough who are dominating possession really in the opening proceedings. I think they'll just want to allow the game to settle down and get control of it.
Yeah, so just see Helby watching on the Middlesbrough head coach as Del Fry takes a loose touch. Coburn steps into the penalty. He's got no support. He looks across the face of goal. It's really good work from Coburn to win his side a corner. Set pieces could be so important attacking wise for Millwall today, and it was just a simple throw-in to Fry, just almost recycling possession, and it's just a loose touch that allowed the striker to nip in. Yeah,
Coburn knew that the best he could do there, Kieran, was to win a corner. That's exactly what he tries to do. That was his priority. They can be so dangerous from these situations, Millwall, with Cooper and Coburn, but as I say, they've lost out on almost nearly every header from set pieces so far.
Yeah, as you now see Aziz whips it in towards the back post. It's over here, and when I just said how important set pieces could be because of the likes of Ivanovic, Coburn, Taylor and Cooper being in there, to put a ball in like that, completely overhit, out for a goal kick, and from it going on the other side, that's such a shame.
Yeah, Millwall can be so dangerous, and they should be so dangerous from set pieces, from those exact sorts of situations. Middlesbrough at the back, playing around with it yet again.
Yeah, and then a ball towards the far side. He's completely losing out for a throw. Well, it was a good, high-quality start in this one, and now the quality's gone, and we're starting to see mistakes settle in for both sides, but it still almost lives up to the excitement of it. It's making for a good watch as Sturge has the ball in hands, the Millwall left-back, and he's going to look for a long throw. In the end, he just goes short. He sells absolutely everybody. He goes short towards Nesley, back to Sturge, looks to get the better of Conway, back out for another throw, and this time maybe he will just launch it in the box because that didn't really work, and all the centre halves are up for the time being. Sturge with the ball in hand. The likes of Cooper and Taylor stood pretty close near each other at the front post. Sturge takes the run up, throws it towards Cooper. He misses his header. Ayling brings it down in his own penalty area. He finds Conway. He's got an option to the left. If he can find him, he gets taken down. That's going to be a free kick. Maybe could have been a yellow card if we saw that type of challenge later on in the game, but there is no yellow card. Now McGree has pushed Cooper to the ground. There's a little bit of handbags between the two sets of players. The referee is just taking a step back, just watching it all. One of the Millwall players, I believe it was Cooper, went flying to the ground under the challenge with McGree. There's a sheer size difference between the two, but let's see what actually happened.
Yeah, we couldn't see it on initial viewing because we were seeing a close-up of someone after that initial challenge had gone in by Denori, and I was just about to say the referee may have to set a precedent here if he does give Denori a yellow for this. He's got bigger fish to fry now, hasn't he? He's got more interesting things to get involved with. He's speaking with McGree and Cooper. I'd love to see a replay of what happened. We could just about see the push from McGree, but couldn't see what instigated that.
Yeah, and they've both been booked in the end, McGree and Cooper. So early bookings for two really aggressive players in this one, so that could really limit their games. McGree, we know he likes to be that almost stabby midfielder, almost stabbing into the challenges. Really aggressive, high intensity at all times. Cooper, of course, goes up to the challenge, loves a physical battle with the forwards that he's up against, but just going to see it back again now. It probably should have been a yellow card for Denori just to stop the counter-attack of Conway, and then there was Nesley trying to just almost bundle the ball away. I don't really know what Cooper was doing. It's really Cooper that instigated that one.
Yeah, it was. McGree was just getting the ball back. Didn't really do too much wrong. Tried to take the free kick quickly. Cooper obviously read that he was going to do that. Stepped in front of him, stopped him from doing that. And there's a bit of a push. Cooper, for a big man, goes down. I suppose, to his credit, could have made more of it. The push wasn't in the face, but you see players all the time now go down, holding, rolling around. He didn't do that, but he did go down a bit light, and as a result, they've both been booked.
Yes, we now see this ready to be taken. They go long up towards Ivanovic, who we've not really seen so far in this one. 8 goals this season in the Championship. And I see Mitchell, ball to the right-hand side, looking for Kramer. That goes out of play, and that's important. And Kramer's making the point that he wanted it in behind rather than it almost being closer to his feet.
Yeah, Kramer's done nothing wrong. It's all about the pass from Mitchell that's off. He played it behind Kramer at pace as well.
Yes, we now see Millwall back on the attack. Nice turn from Ivanovic into the penalty area. Target steps in. That should be a corner. He's given a free kick. Target's bought that free kick. That is never a foul from Ivanovic. He kind of just steps in, just dives over his man. I mean, it's clever from that Target. Ivanovic is making the point. Online viewing, I can't believe he's got that, but we're going to see it back again. How on earth is that a free kick?
Yeah, he's not touched him. He's dived there, hasn't he, Target? And Ivanovic has done very little wrong, if anything, whatsoever. And that's the point that Alex Neil's making now to the 4th official.
Yeah, that's part from the officials. It feels like it's one of those that players try to win all the time. Most of the time you see them get away with. As you see Brent go along from the free kick up towards Strelic, who we've not really seen anything of. He's probably been the quietest player on the pitch so far. Has the Middlesbrough striker. We now see Fright in towards Luke Ayling. He turns away from his man. He's got options ahead, plays it to the left-hand side. It's an overhit ball, a poor ball as well. 14.5 minutes on the clock. If you are just tuning in, it is still a 0-0 between these two sides. Patterson now goes across to the left for Cooper. He's going to look in behind for Coburn, battling against Melander. Really good defending from Melander, not just to win the duel, but also to find a nice pass while doing so as well. Brown carries it from the right to the left for Target. Aidan Morris under a bit of pressure. Good challenge in there, though, from Negley, who then finds Aziz. Step overs on the right-hand side. Looks to get the better of his man. He finds Negley in the penalty area. Goes for goal shot well blocked in the end, and Nigley, and that bounces off him and out for a goal kick. But Millwall starting to grow into this a little bit over the last few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. The bright start from Middlesbrough hasn't really yielded anything, has it? I mean, you mentioned very briefly there Anthony Patterson on the ball. He's actually not been forced into a save yet, despite Middlesbrough having some pretty good opportunities. And in the last few minutes, 5 or 6 or so, Middlesbrough have drawn themselves back into the game. Some shakiness at the back from Middlesbrough has sort of helped that cause, but it has just balanced out a little bit more now, and it's a little bit more cagey than it was in the opening 5 or 6 minutes.
Yes, you now see the header go in behind towards Brent, who brings it down. We now see the ball on the left-hand side. It's going to be with Brown, who finds Malander across to Brent. And now it's on the right-hand side with Luke Ayling. Still in there between these two sides. Of course, Coventry get underway at 8 p.m. today at home to Derby to really solidify their gap at the top of the league. Ball to the right-hand side goes towards McGree. He's in a foot race with Cooper. The two players who were just in a tangle with each other. Cooper puts the foot in but gives away a throw-in the end, and he thought about running away with it, and McGree started laughing because he knew what Cooper was going to try to do. Remembered he was on a yellow card, couldn't really move the ball away any further. He probably would have been punished again, as we now see Luke Ayling picks it up on the right-hand side. He does well to get the ball out of his feet. McGree cuts inside. He does really well to get away from his man. He then plays it in towards Morris, who's onside. Flashes it across the face of goal. Big save from Patterson, not once but twice. Then the referee gets in the way of it, and possession will go the way of Millwall, but it may have even been Britton who just flashed that across the face of goal. Patterson had to be alert for his first save.
Yeah, brilliant from Patterson. Not just the save, Kieran, but the flick of the right boot as well, just to send it away from danger. It's great from McGree, sells his man, Aziz, and then it's fired in by Britton, as you say. Save from the goalkeeper, takes deflection from his own centre-half, but he's got those instincts to just flick that away. The man on loan from Sunderland, and then it's cleared, and as you say, it hits the referee, and the players pause. But yeah, first shot on target from Middlesbrough. As I say, they've had majority of the chances. 17.5 minutes in.
Yes, we now see Kramer battling forwards with it, plays the ball down the line. It's a great ball for Aziz as well, who's in space. He can't get there first though, ahead of Malander, who's had a great season at centre half. As Malander been fantastic, the summer signing. The cameras linger on Patterson. His big save keeps it at 0-0, but that could have been a good, promising breakaway down the right. Yeah,
Britton, wasn't it, who fired it in, but then they go up the other end, Millwall, and you mentioned Malander's had a good season, but the man he just tackled there, Femi Aziz, he's having a brilliant campaign. He's joint top league goal scorer for Millwall, and he's got the most assists as well, so they're really relying on him to create, and they will be again today.
Yes, we see Aziz, sharp turn away, but not a great ball in towards the penalty area, which Fry can deal with. Strelic, little nudge in the back of Denori, nothing given. Header back forwards, Ivanovic battling with it. He's taken down by Alan Brown, nothing given though. As we see a ball towards the right-hand side, it's a nice first take from Britton. Turns away from his man, finds Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling's going to look down the line. Nice ball in towards Alan Brown. Now it's going to be for Britton. He looks for a cutback towards Strelic, well cleared away by Kramer, who can play centre-half. He's been traditionally a right-back since joining Millwall though. As he clears it out for a throw-in. Callum Britton with the ball in hand, but he's going to leave it for his teammate. He picks it back up again. Callum Britton puts it through the legs of Sturge, does really well, but it's good recovering defending. And I believe they're claiming that he fouled Sturge there for a little bit of a pull to try and get around him.
Yeah, brilliant from Britton. Rolls it through the legs of Sturge. It's not a foul for me. Once he goes past him, well, he tries to go past him. He does pull him back on the shirt a little bit, but it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other, really. Sturge is giving as good as he gets. He's pulling the arm back himself. So, yeah, not a foul for me. Brilliant though from Britton. He started the game really well. Usually such a defensively solid, industrious fullback, but supporting much more this season on that right-hand side.
As we now see the long ball go towards Coburn, but it's well headed away straight away by Fright, and Cooper wins his header. You can tell he's been less aggressive in those physical battles, and Strelic isn't physical at all. You'd think he has the better of him every time in terms of the physical aspect, and especially in the air, which he did then, but he could only head it out for a throw-in. We now see Fright plays it towards the left-hand side for Brown. Brown in towards Target, who then finds Malander. Looks to hug it towards the right-hand side. Back heel flick on's a really good one from Britton to then find McGree. Now it's going to be with Britton again, who looks to play it towards the left for Alan Brown. Now it's Target in the penalty area across the face of goal. It's a really inviting ball. When you've got two strikers in there, Conway and Strelic, you'd hope that one of them is making that front post run. None of them were. They were so static. That's a real waste because that was a great ball in.
Yeah, it's really smart, isn't it? It's really inventive from Target. Just tries to roll it through the legs into the channel where the striker should be.
As we now see Conway on the left-hand side, driving into the final third. Cuts onto his right foot, looks for a edge of box cutback. It ricochets towards Melander, who's pretty advanced. The centre-half, ball to the right-hand side for Britain. He opens it up. He's going to still go into the penalty area himself. Cuts back onto his left foot, step-overs onto his right, ball across the face of goal, takes a deflection, and out for a corner kick again. Yeah,
Britain again. Most of it's down that right-hand side at the minute for Middlesbrough. He's enjoying a good moment, the Borough fullback, and Millwall they're hanging on, but they're conceding a lot of set pieces. They're failing to clear when they have the opportunities. Again, yes, they've only been able to test the goalkeeper once, Middlesbrough. Patterson's only made that one save, but they're certainly the better side.
Yeah, they've not been great so far, have Millwall, but have had their breakaways in this as well. As we just wait for Matt Target to take this corner kick. Melander stood on the goalkeeper. Fry at the back post with Cooper. As Target just lifts his arm now. Whips it in towards Dale Fry, doesn't win his header, goes across the face of goal. It's cleared away only as far as the edge. It's going to be a strike from Britain that takes a deflection. He caught it sweet, but it deflects all the way out to the left for Fry. He plays it back for Morris, cuts onto his right boot. Sharp turn away from Mitchell as well. Morris then to the left for Conway, who cuts inside onto his right foot. Plays it to the right-hand side for Britain. And now it's going to go across towards Morris once again. It's now going to be Ayling, who cuts inside. Plays it to the left, finds Conway. He's been taken down by Kramer. Nothing given in the end, and Kramer can bundle it forwards. As we then see Nageley, who finds Sturge. And Sturge plays it forward down the left-hand side, but in the end, it ricochets into the hands of Brent. And now it's going to be Ayling, who looks for a long ball down the left-hand side. Seemed a bit of a hit and hope, desperate pass from Luke Ayling that was headed away. Possession back with Millwall, but they lose it again. Mitchell with another loose pass. Millwall in possession, just not been great in this one, but with that 22.5 minutes on the clock, we've reached the halfway stage of this first half. It remains 0-0 between Middlesbrough and Millwall, and it'll be time to take through to half-time, should I say.
Cheers, Kieran. Yeah, Britain on that right-hand side once again. Ball down the line, though, is blocked on this occasion. Middlesbrough win it back, though, in deep territory. Takes a couple of deflections. They've gone out for yet another Middlesbrough corner. They are racking up now. That's 4. All 4 have been from that far side. McGree it was involved on this occasion. 23 minutes gone. Middlesbrough 0, Millwall 0. And a corner again for the hosts. It will be an in-swinger from that far side. As players come up from the back. Namely Dale Fry, who's missed the biggest opportunity of the game so far. Quarter of the game gone. It will be McGree. Sorry, no, Target on that far side. McGree, though, is there in support. Right arm in the air from Target. Left foot at the ball towards the front post. It's dangerous, but it's headed away by Ivanovic. Picked up, though, by a man in red for Middlesbrough. Recycled through Brown. Thought about swinging it into the area. Takes a couple of touches then. Plays it into the feet of Conway on the left. He's got Denore to beat. Cuts in on his favoured right boot, Conway. Then sprays it across towards the far side for Ayling. He's lining one up. Plays it down the line instead. Now here's McGree inside the box. Cuts one way, then the other. Ball into the area. He's blocked, then cleared by Millwall. Coburn and Ayling in a foot race. It's the latter that gets there first and puts in a brilliant challenge on Coburn. Ayling suggesting that Coburn has gone down a little bit light there and needs to make his way back to his feet. It looked like an awkward landing, though, for the former Borough man. Play at the moment is continuing, despite Millwall wanting Middlesbrough to put the ball out of play. But here's Conway on the byline on the left-hand side, only one in the area to aim for. Conway, left boot, towards the area, headed away by Cooper and out for a corner.
Yeah, and the Middlesbrough head coach was urging his side to keep playing on. Everyone almost seemed like they were going to stop. It was the head coach who wanted play to continue. Great challenge in from Luke Ayling. He's not over-aggressive, gets a toe on the ball first, plays it onto his man, and he knew it had to slide in because he doesn't have that pace, does he? Luke Ayling to get in that foot race. I think he landed awkwardly on his wrist more than anything, Coburn. And Hellberg, he celebrated that challenge. You love to see that from the gaffer.
Interesting celebration, given that Middlesbrough put themselves in a little bit of a hole, and it was only Luke Ayling's final burst of pace to get them out of that hole. But 25 minutes gone, Coburn's okay. Ayling's back to his feet as well. Middlesbrough 0, Millwall 0. And it will be a corner for Middlesbrough. An in-swinger from this left-hand side towards the far post this time. The heads go up. It's away from goal by a Millwall man in Cooper. Morris picks it up on the far side. The American plays it to the corner of the box, ball into the air towards the back stick where Dale Fry arrives, and he makes no mistake on this occasion. And there is the opening goal that you have to say Middlesbrough have deserved. Second in the league coming into today. It's a vital opportunity to draw closer to Coventry at the top, and they've started the better. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0.
Yeah, big moment, and you can tell it's something they've worked on for Middlesbrough. Dale Fry lurking at the back post. It's obviously something from the training ground, because every time they've had a set piece or a long trade, he's always lurked at the back, and there he is at the back post. Great ball in that finds him. I suspect Helberg, with the way that he celebrated the Ailing challenge, he'll probably congratulate him, because without that challenge they don't get up the other end, they don't win this corner. But just seeing it now, the header away, it was okay. Denore, you could say, he's maybe lacked that bit of intensity in pressing. Morris found Alan Brown, puts in a great ball. He's miles onside in the end. It's a great run from Dale Fry, but it is an inch perfect cross, isn't it, from Alan Brown, who we've not seen too much of so far in the early stages of this one. Great ball in though, great header, finds the back of the net. 1-0, probably a deserved lead.
Yeah, third championship goal of the season for the captain, Dale Fry, laid on a plate by Alan Brown, his second league assist. It was Tristan Kramer, the Frenchman, who Dale Fry had just moved away from. As that ball was coming in, he just took a couple of steps out of the eye line of the Millwall full-back. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. A brilliant start and a goal which you would say is a vindication of that brilliant first 26.5 minutes from Middlesbrough. They've been putting Millwall under the caution. Very few opportunities that Millwall have had. Middlesbrough have been able to hold firm. Ailing clears down the right-hand side towards halfway, headed back by Cooper. Ivanovic touches it into the toes of Coburn, but can't find his man. Ivanovic chases the loose ball. Dale Fry has to clear it off Ivanovic, and out for a Middlesbrough goal kick. 27 minutes gone. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Well, big game coming in today. Second versus fourth. Middlesbrough will still feel that they can continue to put pressure on Coventry and very well may have an outside chance of winning the league, but second is the priority, you would imagine. A win today puts them 5 points clear of Ipswich, but they do have, of course, a game in hand as well as a game on Monday against Birmingham. So 3 points is vital for both sides. Certainly a deserved lead from Middlesbrough. It's a question now as to how can Millwall respond? What do they have in the tank before half-time? It's 28 minutes on the clock. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. And we haven't really seen too much from Millwall. We mentioned Femi Aziz, his brilliant campaign so far, Kieran. He's just lost possession. Seen little of him. Seen little of Millwall in possession, really, in the final third. I'll get your thoughts on that in a second. But Middlesbrough have won it back, and they're trying to counter. 4 steaming forward. One of them is Brown on that far side. Can he deliver another ball into the area? Heavy touch. Gets away with it, though. He's got 2 to aim for. Shot comes in. It's blocked away. It was Mitchell who got in the end of it. Britton keeps it alive. Swung towards goal by McGree. Over the bar. The chances keep coming, and Millwall living dangerously.
What a run on the right-hand side that was. I believe it may have been Aidan Morris who picked it up. It was the American midfielder just driving into the penalty area. What touches to get away from Sturge and Nagley. Cut it back for McGree. His strike initially well blocked, and then his second strike that goes miles over the bar. But Millwall usually, well, they're known for being quite a very solid defensive setup. They've looked everything but that, haven't they? Really sloppy in possession, really open to Middlesbrough in wide areas to get on the counter-attack. Middlesbrough on another day could have had 2 or 3 already in this opening half an hour. They really need to settle down. Millwall in this one. As it stands, Middlesbrough with a comfy 5-point gap. There's a strike that almost finds the far bottom corner. It took a deflection. Bryn was on real full stretch. The deflection almost made it fizz away and towards the far post. I mean, that could have been the little bit of a lucky break that they almost needed.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Coburn. 2 big forwards. You expect at least one of them's going to be the hold-up man, and it has been Coburn, who's just been behind Ivanovic in terms of build-up play. He's been more involved. Seen little of the Serbian so far, but that shot there, I'm sure, causing a few beads of sweat to perspirate on the forehead of Solomon Bryn in the Middlesbrough goal, but goes wide via the deflection. Corner comes in from Aziz. Poor delivery once again from Aziz. It's cleared away by Middlesbrough. Over on that left-hand side, and out for a throw-in. That's 2 set pieces now from Aziz. One from the near side, an in-swinger, and one from the far side, an away swinger. And they've both been woeful, to say the least.
Yeah, such a waste. Like I said, when you've got 4 real powerhouses in the penalty area as well. You can't really waste those opportunities, especially more so now you're losing as well in such a big game. Ball down the right-hand side for Millwall. He's just overhit. And once again, a sloppy pass.
Yeah, Kramer it was, the intended target. Half an hour gone, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Goal coming a few minutes ago from Dale Fry. He'd missed the biggest opportunity prior to that, but made no mistake to slot Middlesbrough in front. The camera in our off-tube independent studio-based screens pans to Alex Neil, who, as I say, has 3 promotions as a manager. Hamilton promoted to the Scottish Premiership, Norwich to the Premier League, and Sunderland to the Championship. Goal kick for Middlesbrough goes long over halfway. Header won by Cooper. Ivanovic underneath it, good touch from him, tries to get away from Malando, who's doing a little bit of a man-marking job today, isn't he, on Ivanovic?
Yeah, he is, and he's doing a great job as well. Like I said, every time I've watched Middlesbrough, I've been really impressed with Malanda. Reads the game really well. Doesn't seem the quickest of players, but like I said, his reading of the game just helps him in that sense, just recover things and just already be well positioned. We see him going to the challenge again with Ivanovic. Doesn't have to do too much of a challenge. He just puts his body across, uses his physicality, and he's a real handful for strikers to really be able to get the better of. But yeah, Malanda been fantastic so far.
Ball over halfway. Ayling goes down, the challenge from Coburn. And the referee has bought that once again, despite the protest from the former Middlesbrough man, Josh Coburn, who, of course, came through the academy with Middlesbrough. Made that move to Millwall permanent in the summer. It's been a decent acquisition for the promotion chasing Millwall. Did just catch Ayling, though, with the trailing left hand. And I think it is a foul.
Yeah, it is a foul in the end from Coburn. Maybe a bit of frustration going into that challenge as well, because he's had the rare few moments where he's got the better of him. Of course, he did just get clattered by Ayling a few minutes ago as well, didn't he? But we see Middlesbrough on the attack now.
Yeah, here comes Morris once again on the corner of the box. Shot comes in, it's blocked and over the bar. Middlesbrough again with a shooting opportunity. Sorry, it was actually Strelic who just pulled away from that front line. It all started on the right-hand side once again. And they opened Millwall up. And again, Patton's not been tested, but the Millwall defenders must be thinking that these chances are coming thick and fast, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, it's the first time we've really seen Strike get on the ball, isn't it? The Middlesbrough striker, number 13, the number that he's wearing, driving forwards. It was nice, such a nice dribbling from him, and he thought, you know what, why not? Let's have a go myself. He could have played it to the left-hand side for maybe a better opportunity for McGree, but took it on himself, and it's a corner.
In swinger towards the far post. Patterson, though, is there to claim. Too close to the man on loan from Sunderland. He's able to grasp the ball out of the air with both hands. Thought about bowling quickly to Cooper, then does, despite the pressure from Strelic. Goes back to Patterson inside his own area. 33 minutes gone. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Switch of play there from Patterson is poor. It's out of play for a Middlesbrough throw in. And Millwall just not really been able to get going just yet in this one. They have been in decent form. They're 5th in the form guide across the last 5 games. They're 4th in the form guide across the last 10. And they're pretty decent away from home as well. The 4th best in the Championship. Only 3 fewer points from 1 less game versus their record at home. They won 9 out of 19 away from the Den. Here they are on the left-hand side. Denore trying to get something going on that left wing. Challenge comes in from Britton. It's off him last. And out for a Millwall throw. The last time Millwall won double figures from their games away from home was in 1988. That was the last time that they were promoted to the top flight. As we see a replay of that. Britton claiming that the ball hadn't touched him before going out of play. The referee was adamant. Long throw comes in towards the corner of the box on the left-hand side. Flicked in by Cooper, but away by Target. Underneath it is Taylor. Battling for it is Denore, but it's sent clear by Ayling. Up towards halfway. It's 3-on-2 for Middlesbrough. If they can get a foot on the ball. It's brilliant from Mitchell just to hold off McGree and Strelic. And Millwall have been rewarded with a free kick there, but if they'd been caught out, it'd been 3v2.
Yeah, maybe he's a bit lucky there. Mitchell, once again, the referee just sees the man go down. Maybe shows a bit of lenience because he was under pressure at the back. And if he didn't give that free kick, it would have been a 3v1 in the end because Mitchell went down. Like I said, I don't know. I don't think there was a lot really in it. I think if you have gone and overstepped the mark there into the challenge, you're probably quite silly because you really didn't need to. In that sense, it was Strelitz the man who gave it away, but 35 minutes on the clock, it remains Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't the last time Millwall were in the top flight, but they have been in it since. But the last time they did win 10 away from home in a campaign, they were promoted. 10 minutes to go before half time. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Millwall in possession on the left-hand side of their own half. Then over the halfway line towards Denore. Poor touch from him. It's picked off by Britton. As soon as Middlesbrough win the ball back, they look to come forward. Here's Strelic, just dropped off that back line. He's got support to his left. Plays it towards the left-hand side for McGree. Opens up, tries to ball into the area. Maybe the wrong decision. Blocked away by Kramer. And out for yet another Middlesbrough corner. That's 7.
Yeah, I thought he could have had a drive at his man there. Riley McGree picks it up in a really good position. He's in a lot of space. He's 1v1 against Kramer coming into the penalty area. Could even take it a little bit more narrow as well. Really surprised that he doesn't really have a go at his man and tried to create something a little bit better, or even for himself. The early cross, probably the worst decision that he could have taken, but we see this corner ready to be taken now.
Yeah, 7 corners, 11 shots, just 2 on target though from Middlesbrough, but they do have the goal. Looking for a second now. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Right arm in the air from the corner taker, and it comes towards the far post this time. The heads go up, Cooper underneath it, comes off Mitchell, then goes out of play. Del Fry again the intended target from this one. Out of play off Mitchell, out for yet another corner. And you have to say that Cooper's a big boy, but Del Fry's certainly getting the better of him.
Yeah, he is. He's just been too much of a handful. And I mean, Cooper doesn't even jump there. He just stays on his tiptoes almost. But when you're up against Fry, I think Cooper's definitely taller, isn't he? But yeah, Fry, he's got some leap on him. We've seen it already. He's had a few chances in this one. Let's see if they can find him again.
It will be from the far side on this occasion, where Target will go across to take it. An in-swinger with the left boot towards the front post. It's low driven, flicked on by Brown. Ayling's trying to pick up on the scraps. He does so. Back to Target. Ayling once more, corner of the box on the right. Into the area, blocked again by a Millwall man. This time doing his defensive work back there was Kamil Negley. Off him and out for yet another Middlesbrough corner. 38.5 gone. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Target again will take it. Low driven one on that previous attempt. A little bit more height on it potentially from this one for something different. There's a short option, doesn't use it. In it comes again, it's low driven. Flicked by Ayling back towards the edge of the area where a shot comes in. It's bobbling around. Del Fry has 2 bites of the cherry.
Oh, wow.
It's cleared off the line pretty much by a Millwall man. Then sent clear by Cooper. It's punted back the other way by Britton out of play for... No, it's not actually. It's gone straight into the arms of Patterson, but 2 or 3 shots came in there from Middlesbrough.
Yeah, there's a vital block off the line from Femi Aziz. Del Fry was almost wheeling away for his brace. It's an interesting corner technique. I thought Ayling did brilliant for it. It was a lovely back heel to keep the set piece alive. We'll come back to that in a moment, because here come Middlesbrough again.
Yeah, McGree out towards the right-hand side. Ball into the area. Again, Taylor is there.
Great
this
ball.
time Sturge can pick it up. He'll bring it clear. Dribbles forward towards halfway. Fires the ball over the top towards Aziz, and they're a little bit open here, Middlesbrough. Aziz, edge of the area, now on the right-hand side. One way then, the other tries a couple of step-overs. Shown too much of it to Dale Fry, who's back there. It's a gift of possession. And Target goes down to the challenge from Aziz. It'll be a Middlesbrough ball from one end to the other.
Yeah, what a few minutes. What a crazy few minutes. And Aziz has really let himself down on that attack, because he was just driving at his man. Just tries a bit of a flip-flap technique. Doesn't work. See that block again, but that was going in from Dale Fry. The goalkeeper was completely rooted to the spot. It was a nice finish just off the toe as well of Aziz. Really well alert at the back. A few chances in there, but yeah, it's a good routine for Middlesbrough. It really was. Like I said, the back heel from Luke Ayling was literally inch perfect for his teammate to run onto and strike. I mean, couldn't have gone any better. The actual routine itself, of course, it was a good block initially from the strike from McGree, but the cameras linger on Fry. That's for one reason only, because he's the man that separates the two sides, and he's causing problems, not just being the goal scorer.
Yeah, it's been his day so far. 6 minutes to go before half-time. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. It's been exactly the sort of game that you were hoping for when you look and you see second versus fourth. Both need to win. Fourth could catch second with a victory, but it is the home side who have been the better so far. Millwall not yet with an answer. Alex Neil's side certainly been the second best team in this one. Billy Mitchell wins his header on halfway, but it comes immediately off Brown. He makes a run in behind. It's a good ball in towards Brown. Goalkeeper off his line quickly though. Able to be cleared away there by Patterson. Over halfway where Coburn will chase it. Ayling too is tracking back. Comes off Coburn last and out for a Middlesbrough throw on the right-hand side. At so many occasions, particularly when the ball is in the Middlesbrough half, Kieran, Millwall just looks so open at the back.
Yeah, they do. They look really... I'm really surprised at that, actually. I thought Millwall were going to be really compact, really secure in this one, frustrate Middlesbrough. It's just not gone like that. I watched Middlesbrough against Blackburn a couple of weeks ago before the international break, and Blackburn did a perfect job of that. Limited Middlesbrough to no real clear-cut chances. Blackburn are at the other end of the table. You almost expect that at times. Fighting for your lives, every point matters, but it's the same for Millwall, and especially when they're kind of known for being that almost rugged side, good for their defensive ability. I've been really surprised as to how poor they've been at both ends of the pitch, though, as well.
Yeah, both these teams coming off the back of draws, aren't they? As you mentioned, 0-0 away at Blackburn for Middlesbrough last at time out, but they dominated that game, as they are in this one as well. 72% possession, 12 shots to 5, 3 shots on target to 1. Millwall coming off the back of a 1-1 draw at Ipswich 2 weeks ago. Jack Clark opened the scoring, but Coburn got the equaliser. He's just committed yet another foul on Ayling. That's becoming a bit of a battle. Here's Conway, though, for Borough. Forward towards McGree. Edge of the area, too much room from him. Taylor gets a toe in, but Conway's picked up the scraps. Right-hand side for Britton. On the byline on that right-hand side, got Sturge to beat. Drills one towards the area. Comes off Cooper and out for another Middlesbrough corner. I think that's double digits now.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to aim for from this corner. The man that they've aimed for every single time. It's been a great watch, this opening 41.5 minutes. Yes, the one side's been really poor, but I think it's still made for a good, entertaining game of football. As we're waiting for this corner to be taken in, Sturge is really struggling on that far side, isn't he? I think in terms of his performance, he keeps looking injured, he keeps holding his left leg, he keeps holding his back. I'm not sure. I think Millwall have to change things at half-time. Something's got to change because Middlesbrough are absolutely battering them.
Corner comes in, high lofted one towards the back stick this time. Patterson comes and doesn't get it, and Del Fry makes the first contact, but under pressure from two in Millwall blue, he's unable to direct the header goalwards, but yet again, Cooper's marking him. He's not jumped. Fry's won the header. Cooper's a lucky boy, as is Patterson, that doesn't go into the back of the net for a second.
It's his 6th shot of the game for Dale Fry. I mean, that is just unbelievable. You wouldn't even get offered odds on Dale Fry getting 6 shots. It'd be 80-1 or higher, that's for certain. It's absolutely crazy. He's been completely dominant in the air, but even at the back as well, the rare times they've had to defend, feels like him and Melander are winning everything. There's now going to be a throw-in for Millwall, and they keep using this long throw-in from Sturge. It's never really been a long throw yet, has it?
No, it certainly hasn't. Sturge wipes the ball dry. 43 minutes gone. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. And Sturge will take this one. Just waiting for his captain Cooper to arrive, though, as is Taylor. The two huge centre-halves, but they've been ineffective in the air thus far. Sturge actually goes short this time to Negley. Comes back to Sturge. Heavy touch. Ball into the area is a low one. Takes a deflection. It's out for a corner.
Yeah, big moment for Millwall. What a sucker punch blow this would be to Middlesbrough. And a real deflation of their mentality. If they can go grab a goal late on in this half, a set piece. Just praising Middlesbrough's set pieces. Yes, they haven't scored from one of them, but of course have been knocking on the door. As we now see Aziz ready to take this one, but they've been wasteful so far from these situations.
This one's better. High lofted towards the back stick. Cooper and Taylor in there. It's a latter who slips as the ball comes towards him, and it's picked up by a Middlesbrough man by Morris. Swept away over towards the far side. Brilliant touch from McGree, who drives forward. He's got 3 in support. One of them on the left-hand side is Brown. Into the area. All of a sudden, ball across the face of goal. It's bobbing around. No one's picked it up. It's still on here. McGree pulls the trigger. Deflected out for yet another Middlesbrough corner. They are so dangerous on the counter-attack.
Yeah, what a move it was. Just a simple ball from Morris to the right-hand side. It's a great take from Conway on the right-hand side. Brings it down brilliantly. And the striker's just driving. Picks the pass to the left-hand side. McGree's lurking at the back post the whole way. Early cross from Brown. Took a deflection, but another corner coming up for Middlesbrough.
We're into the final minute of the allotted 45. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. You're listening to Off-Tube Independent Studio-based commentary. Dale Fry has got the opener in this one. Middlesbrough have had 17 shots already. Millwall have had 3. But have only had 3 on target, though. But they have had 11 corner kicks now. In swinger from target. Towards the near post again. Flicked away by Taylor. Out for a Middlesbrough throw on the far side. McGree goes to collect the ball from the ball boys. Then leaves it on the ground. It will be Britton to swing it in. The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes added on at the end of the 45. Here is Morris. Across to Fry, back towards halfway. Now on the left-hand side is Conway. He's got Aziz to beat, cuts in on his favoured right. Conway moves, goes down from the challenge from Aziz. It's a sloppy one from Femi Aziz, who's been so poor in this first 45 minutes for Millwall, and a free kick in a dangerous position for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, dangerous position coming up for Middlesbrough. Another set piece, only the 2 minutes of added time. Yes, we've had plenty of stoppages. It felt like it's not been too much, though. We've not had any injuries or anything like that, but a set piece. We feel like the final chance of the half coming up for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, potentially so. Target will take it on this left-hand side, so it's not going to be towards goal. They'll fry up from the back. It's about level with the byline. I'd say about 15 yards, 10 yards from the edge of the box. This target has a look, raises his right arm, left boot at the ball towards the back stick, too close to Patterson. Almost drilled it to the Millwall goalkeeper, who's able to comfortably collect. Then balls out towards Sturge, left-hand side. Ball towards halfway was deflected, and Middlesbrough have won it back. Britton underneath it, down the line to Ayling. He goes down under the challenge of Sturge, or it's Morris, not Ayling. And the American just holding his right hamstring after that challenge. Wanted a free kick. Don't think he's got it. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Into the final few seconds now as Ayling has the throw on that right-hand side, just over halfway. He'll loft one into the sky, down the line towards Strelic. Header won though by Cooper. Underneath it though on the loose ball is McGree. Sturge picks it up, tries to flick it away. Morris is there as the ball deflects off him, and it's out of play. And that's the end of the first half. Well, a really exciting clash at the top of the championship table. Second versus fourth coming into it, and it has lived up to expectation. Middlesbrough though have absolutely dominated it. 61% possession, 19 shots, 3 on target, and the only goal has come from them. Del Fry after 26 minutes. It's half time. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0.
Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor. A lot of mistakes in possession defensively. Look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession defensively, look like they can concede every time Borough go forwards. They have to improve going into the break. 1-0 Borough. Half-time at the Riverside Stadium. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, and it's been total dominance. 18 shots for Middlesbrough in the first half, and they finally got the lead through Dale Fry, who had 6 of those himself, the Middlesbrough centre-half. It was a great ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and there he was with the header. He'd missed a great chance moments before it. Millwall been really poor, a lot of mistakes in possession. And we will leave that just there, because we are back underway at the Riverside. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0 in what was a completely dominant first half from the home side. We didn't really expect it to go like that. When you're coming into the game, second against fourth, you think at times it might get a little bit cagey because of how big the game actually is, but it was a really free-flowing game of football. The 2 minutes added on really told you that at the end of it, but only really free-flowing for one side, and that was Middlesbrough. The stats really tell you everything. 18 shots for the home side and 61% possession. Just the 3 shots for Millwall, and it was Dale Fry who put the home side in the lead at the Riverside. It was a lovely ball in from Alan Brown towards the back post, and it was a great header. He could have had a hat-trick in the first half, could the centre-half. He really could. He had around 6 shots. You see Middlesbrough instantly on the attack, but the ball ricochets into the hands of Anthony Patterson. It's really 60 seconds into this second half. Well, it's still myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Tom Wilson's bringing coverage of this Championship top of the league clash. And Tom, fingers crossed we get about just as much excitement as we did in the first.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're a Middlesbrough fan, you're absolutely buzzing, aren't you? If you're a Millwall fan, you've probably still got a little bit of hope. The fact that it's only 1-0 and they're still in the game will certainly help their cause. I think the Middlesbrough boss, Kim Helberg, probably would have just said more of the same. So often in these situations, we see sides in the second half drop off and allow the trailing team to come back into the game. And of course, I'm sure that's what Alex Neil would have said as well. He would have said, look, you're still in the game, it's only 1-0. If we can get a couple of chances, build some momentum, we can get ourselves back in this one. But it's just been the set pieces, I think, for me. Millwall just look so poor defensively, which you so often, you wouldn't say that, would you, about them? The big centre-halves have been unable to win the headers. Dale Fry's dominated in the air, and that's been the difference, really.
Yes, you now see a ball forwards in towards Aziz. He plays it away, but it's once again deflected as we now see Strelec into the challenge. Morris has been really good, hasn't he, in midfield? Has just won absolutely everything, the American. And he carries it so well And when you've got no Hayden Hackney, it's a big hole left in that midfield, you feel, but they're dealing without him pretty well today, as he remains on the sidelines. As we now see Fright goes across to Aidan Morris, plays the ball into the middle for Malanda, who almost just stood in a holding midfield role for the time being. Luke Ayling back in towards Malanda, who remained in that midfield role for the time being, turns away from a few players, finds Morris back to the right hand side for Luke Ayling. He's got movement ahead of him from Callum Britton. Nice ball towards Britton as well. Patterson's come for it. It's a risky one in the end. I didn't think that was a smart one to go for. Luckily for Patterson, it just skids out for a goal kick. But yeah, that was I think anybody a slight bit quicker than Callum Britton causes a problem for him.
Yeah, interesting that from Patterson. Maybe a bit more nerves from Millwall, which we have seen in the game so far. Comes off his line, comes out towards, so outside the area, wasn't it? On the byline, on the left-hand side of his box. Doesn't get it. Luckily for him, though, Britton doesn't get there either.
Yes, you now see the ball on the right-hand side. To the left-hand side, should I say, for Millwall. Cooper clears his lines. It's well blocked away by Strelec. And out for a throw-in into the hands of Sturge, who's been told to just move back a little bit from the referee. Well, it has to improve, doesn't it? I'm so surprised we didn't see any substitutions for Millwall, whether it was a change of shape, a change of personnel. I just thought it made the most sense. Tommy Watson, a real handful on the bench. Winger, formerly of Sunderland, of course, was the man who scored the winner for Sunderland to get promoted, and what a season they've had, so they can thank him for a lot of their success. Macaulay Langstaff would certainly add something very different up front. I feel like almost just feels that two big strikers isn't working at the moment. You need someone with that little bit more pace to aim for. Langstaff could add that as we see the ball go long up towards Ivanovic, who finally wins a header against Fright. Coburn was onside, but it's just not sticking, is it, for Millwall, who give the ball away again? Yeah,
it's interesting. I think Coburn's working really hard. He's dropping off Ivanovic and being a little bit more involved in the build-up. You kind of want to praise him for that. He hasn't really done too much wrong. He's been a little bit frustrated, which you can understand, but as you mentioned, Ivanovic not really won any headers, not really been involved, but he's the more clinical. So if a chance does come to anyone in the Millwall shirt, you want it to come to him. But it isn't falling for them at the minute, and maybe they do need a different option.
Yes, you see the ball to the right-hand side, looking towards McGree, who's on, got the burners going to try and keep that in play, but he doesn't, as it runs out of play once again on that right-hand side for Middlesbrough, just out for a goal kick. 50 minutes on the clock, remains 1-0 to the home side. Well, like I said, it's a real big, almost long Easter weekend, isn't it, of EFL action with big championship games, as we just away for Halberg to give the instructions. As we now see the ball go to the right-hand side for Millwall. Kramer plays a blind pass into the middle to absolutely nobody bar an opposing player. That is just so poor from him. Gives away possession needlessly. As we now see a Middlesbrough man go down, and that's going to be a free kick. But that pass so far from Kramer just summed it up for Millwall.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I mentioned within the first 5 or 6 minutes that you just felt that Millwall were getting away with it and Middlesbrough weren't punishing them. It's a Millwall side which is the polar opposite to what I've seen when I've covered them a few times this season. They're usually so strict in possession, aren't they? They're so comfortable with the ball. They very rarely give it away. They never look nervy. Here come Middlesbrough.
And here they come on the attack, a good opportunity. Strelec looks up to the left-hand side. He finds his man as well. There's a strike from target. Goes straight to the goalkeeper. I don't think it was a great ball from Strelec. It just about made him. Not great defending from Kramer, because I thought he really could have got across to stop that pass. But he just takes it first time, target. Maybe hesitates a little bit. I think he maybe thinks that Kramer's going to nip in as well, which is why he hesitated. Took it first time, but not a great effort. Straight on through at the keeper.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think that target reckons Kramer's going to get there first, so isn't really prepared for it. Could have maybe taken a touch, certainly could have opened up and struck it a little bit better. Almost just passes it towards goal, and it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat. But that's twice now that Kramer has lost his man. He lost the goal scorer Fry. When he scored that tap in at the back stick, Kramer wasn't marking him tightly enough. Kramer has a look round the corner, and he sees Target making that run. He gets back. I'd say he's done just enough, because as I say, does put Target off, but yeah, it's really poor defending from him.
Yeah, long ball up towards the Millwall forwards. Once again, doesn't stick. Now it's going to be Cooper. He does well to find Denore. There's a rare bit of space on the right-hand side for Kramer to drive into. He looks for a ball into the penalty. A decent ball, well cleared away by Luke Ayling, who gets there ahead of Coburn. Good defending from the former Leeds man. as he clears his lines. He's had a good game, hasn't he, Luke Ayling, so far, but will they operate with the long throwing? And again, at Millwall, it's Aziz who goes out to take this one, so they don't trust Sturgis anymore. When his trends weren't really long, were they? We made that point in the first half. But Aziz with the ball in hand, unless he's wanting to go short. He does go short towards Naisley. He's been given back to Aziz. Whips it in. Decent ball in for Kramer. It's been flicked on. It's a big save from Bryn. He then drops it right on the goal line. How's the ball not ended up in the back of the net? Kramer tries to keep it alive. Hooks it towards the back of the post. We now see Cooper, who flicks it on in the penalty area. Bryn spills it. Coleman goes for goal. He's blocked off the line. And there's a free kick given for a challenge on Bryn. Well, he's made a vital save moments ago, but finally Millwall start knocking on the door.
Well, that first save is absolutely top from Solomon Bryn. And then I think he should get the benefit of the doubt from the referee. I think he's got the ball there firmly in his control, and he's fouled by Coburn. And it comes out of his hands, and that's when that second effort comes in. But look at that save. It's instinctive from Bryn. It's absolutely brilliant. Millwall got the best defence in the league. Only 37 goals conceded so far this season. You can see why, because they're absolutely resolute. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times they kept the ball out the back of the net. I mean, there's head in hands there from Taylor when the referee's whistle is blown. But the chance is already gone by that point anyway. Middlesbrough cleared it off the line, and it was away from danger. Great defending from the hosts.
Yeah, fantastic from them in the end. As we now just see the referee in discussion. Tommy Conway is down. Put some big moments. Maybe that'll just give that almost lift to Millwall to really push for the leveller. Maybe Middlesbrough going to their shell a little bit after experiencing Millwall finally have some good opportunities. You see Alex Neil watching on. He'll have been stern with his side at half-time. He'll have been maybe brutal, and maybe that's what his side needed. As we see a long ball stage, intercepts it, brings it down for Cooper. He plays the ball into the middle. Mitchell turns away. He's not been great, has he, at all? Mitchell, and he loses the ball again. He's been really poor in midfield.
Yeah, they're losing that midfield battle, aren't they, Millwall? It didn't really matter too much in the first half because so much of the attack was down the right-hand side, but Millwall are trying to play a little bit more. They're just seeing a little bit more of the ball. They're trying to go through the middle. Mitchell is losing out to McGree. McGree's much more athletic. He's a much better technical player. He's winning that battle at the minute. We've seen very little from Denort. He's been pulled out on that left-hand side. He's not really getting involved. Equally, Negley, you mentioned Sturgis having a hard time of it in the first half. I was going to ask you the question, to be honest, do you think that Negley's working back hard enough? I don't think he is. It's a really, really poor showing from the midfield from Millwall today.
It's like Negley's almost been told to maybe just wonder what Aidan Morris is doing on the right-hand side of the midfield, and it's just an overload, and they're really struggling to deal with it. Here come Millwall on attack. Nice touch from Aziz to get round target. Looks for a ball into the penalty area. Well defended by Alan Brown. It feels like he's covered every area so far today.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. I was just going to say Target's been great as well, but maybe gets beat a little bit too easy there from Femi Aziz. He's had his number up until this point. Millwall got a little bit of momentum now, haven't they? Got a little bit of a head of steam coming forward. You just fancy that if they can get a couple more shots off, they'll just continue building in confidence.
Yes, you now see a good challenge coming in from Tommy Conway. As it's now going to ricochet towards Aziz to take this throw in. Once again, 56 minutes on the clock. It remains 1-0 to Middlesbrough, but Millwall are playing their best spell of the game at the moment. The throw-in's been launched in. It was flicked on, but well cleared away by the Middlesbrough defence. And there's Billy Mitchell. He's going to hang it up towards the right-hand side. Really poor ball from him again. I mean, he can't stay on too much longer. He's been so poor.
Yeah, I think if I was Alex Neil, I'm looking at Kramer and I'm looking at Mitchell to bring those two off, because they've been the poorest performances so far for Millwall. And I think if you do change it, get a little bit more defensive solidity and then a little bit more in midfield, that could change the game. It's only 1-0. We have to... we have to keep saying they've had 19 shots, Middlesbrough. They've only hit the target 4 times, and they've only got that 1 goal. So despite their dominance, it's a game which could very well turn on its head. Millwall were in a very similar position against Ipswich, managed to get a point there. So hopefully they can do it from their perspective again.
Yes, we now see them in possession on the right-hand side. They've won another corner. Can they finally start to take advantage of the set-piece opportunities? Been really poor from them so far. As you see the Millwall fans cheering up ready for this one. 57 minutes on the clock. Another corner coming up for the visitors. And like we said, they're just coming into their own that little bit more right this second. As we're waiting for this one to be taken. Like we said, there's certainly options on the bench. Even the likes of Barry Bannon and Luke Cundle in midfield. It's been whipped in towards the back post, headed down. It's been flicked on Ivanovic, and he's there, and has it crossed the line? The referee says it has, and Millwall have levelled things up. And it's the former Borough man. They finally take advantage of one of these set-piece opportunities, and they've been woeful in this game. They will not care. They've got the leveller, and it's a mess at the back.
Well, what were we just saying? That Millwall are still in the game. It's only 1-0. They were in this position 2 weeks ago against Ipswich, and it was that man, Coburn, that scored there, and he scored again today. He had a chance a few minutes ago, and he was well blocked off the line by a Middlesbrough man. He gets his opportunity, makes no mistake. It's very nearly, though. Very nearly is saved by Solomon Brain. It just squeaks over the line. It's a volleyed effort from Coburn. It's not one for the highlight reel, is it? But it's in the back of the net. They won't care.
Yeah, Ivanovic just brilliant to keep it alive initially. So the ball was whipped in towards the back post, headed across the face of goal, and Ivanovic just so well to hook it back across once again, but from the opposite side, completely off balance. Coburn got there. Bryn spills it. It just crosses the line. You could say that the goalkeeper should save it. Yes, it's really close proximity. It's powerful, isn't it? It's really hard, but it is central, and the whole ball just crosses the line in the end. It's a big moment in this one.
Yeah, Ayling stood on the line for Middlesbrough, and if there's any Middlesbrough fans that think it didn't cross, he knows. Ayling knows. He can see it. He's right on top of the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper will know as well. But here they come, Borough.
Yeah, Borough looking for an instant response. It's Britton into the penalty area, onto his right boot, goes for goal, blocked away by Serge Bennett, defending from him. Well, Middlesbrough can't let the heads drop too much because they've been dominant in this game, and they've had a lot of chances. McGree puts it in, terrible ball that goes out for a goal kick. He's claiming that it's a corner. Never looked like a corner, but what a big few moments. And it just felt like from maybe 53-minute onwards, it just felt like Millwall were finally having their spell. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they had a little bit, didn't they, in the first half, but that dropped off certainly after the goal. It was all Middlesbrough for the majority of the first 45 minutes, but Middlesbrough just dropped off in this second period. You know, they weren't putting the pressure on Millwall. They weren't looking for a second. They came out and they looked a little bit cagey, and it has been all Millwall. Yeah, they've not peppered the goal. You know, the Middlesbrough goalkeeper, Bryn's had a few saves to make, and he's made them really well. As you say, he could do nothing about that. It's fired in from such close distance by Coburn into the back of the net, his 7th of the season, and it's game on now, and it's a real test for Kim Hellberg and his side. So many times this season they've been ups and downs. They were top, weren't they? They managed to claw their way back into the title race against Coventry. They were top, and then since then the form has been lacklustre, to say the least. 9th in the form guide across the last 5 games, 8th across the last 10 games, no win in 3, and it's a real test now. They were in front, they were dominating. It's drawn level. Yeah, and what you feel like a point would feel like a win, wouldn't it, for Millwall in this? That is for sure. They've got a lot of sides near the bottom to play in the remaining games of the season as well. 6 games after this left as Middlesbrough on the attack. Strike from Conway, well blocked by Kramer. Clear their lines, but not too far as McGree picks it back up. The number 8 turns away from his man as we've just hit the hour mark of this one. Malander plays it to the left. Great ball in towards McGree. Brings it down, finds target, wants it on his left boot, doesn't put a ball into the box as of yet. We now see McGree, ball for Conway, back to the left for target, who looks for a nice ball towards the near post for Aidan Morris, who just tries to stab it through the goalkeeper, but he can't. Simple take in the end, but like I said, a point for Millwall here, Tom, would almost feel like a win, especially based on that first half.
Yeah, well, you mentioned as well at the start of the game, Alex Neil would probably have been happy if you offered him a point at the start of it. The way the game's gone, he would have snapped your hand off at half-time for a point, I'm sure. We'll just have to see how this final 30 minutes plays out, whether they'll both sit back, whether Middlesbrough will drive forward, or whether it'll be the visitors who look for a winner.
Yeah, well, here is Aziz. Great opportunity, cuts inside, goes for goal. Good save from Brain, a really big save from him. That's the best moment from Aziz, it feels. Finally got the better of his man from the step-overs. Nesley is going to whip it in towards the back post. Aziz loses his footing. He's going to ricochet all the way out towards the far side. Poor touch from Conway, puts his side under a bit of pressure. He's a bit lacklustre going into the challenge or reading the play as the ball is played towards Brown. But once again, a fierce moment for Millwall in this second half, but a good save from Bryn.
Yeah, it was initially a good response, I think, from Middlesbrough after Millwall drew level, but Aziz there driving forward, just as we were talking about who will take the control of the game, who's going to drive this one forward. Seems like both sides would be happy with the winner. Here comes Mitchell.
So open, this game. What a great watch it's been. This one, Sturge whips it in towards the back post, looking for Coburn, just a little bit over here, but Aziz going to keep it alive on the far side. He cuts inside, then onto his right, whips it in, a wicked ball for the back post. There's Sturge with a header. He heads it down, blocked by Ayling, and out for a corner. Well, what a chance. I think the fact that he's headed it down probably limits his chances of scoring.
Yeah, he's got to do better there, hasn't he? I don't like the phrase he should score. I don't think I would go that far, but he has to test the goalkeeper or at least get it past Ayling. It's right into the ground and it just cannons off Ayling, who knows nothing about it. That is a really big opportunity. It's not quite as big as the Dale Fry one that came before the goal from the Middlesbrough centre-half. It's in a very similar situation, very similar angle. I think he should at least force a save.
Yes, Denore is going to make way for Millwall. That's a slightly surprising one, but I don't think neither of him or Mitchell have been great. It's going to be Barry Bannon that comes onto the field of play. We'd see him playing without wearing Chef Wednesday kit, but he is on. Will add a lot of experience as well, especially in a game like this, into that Millwall midfield, as their corner is being prepared to be taken. They have just scored from a corner, have the visitors. Let's see if they can do it again. Aziz hangs it up towards the back post, floated ball in. Cooper wins his header, heads it down though, easily saved by Brennan. Here come Middlesbrough on the counter-attack. It's Morris with no support around him. He's been hounded by about 3 Millwall players. He does pretty well to keep his composure there. Pick the pass to the right-hand side. Britton, great sliding challenge in on him. Malander is in a battle. He does great to find it to the far side. Excuse me, as we now see Nesley checks inside to find Mitchell. Finds Nesley again, who then finds Barry Bannon for his first touches. But Millwall are well on top. Yeah,
they've been much better across the board, Kieran, not just in open play, not just defensively in their positioning, but from set pieces. You know, they've got those two giants at centre-half, Caleb Taylor and Jake Cooper. You wouldn't have known that they're well over 6 foot in the first half because they didn't win any of their headers, particularly from corners and from free kicks. But in this second period, they've been much better, more of a handful, causing more problems. It's a much more balanced game this second half. I think Millwall have certainly edged it across the game now. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's been even across the 65 minutes, but Millwall certainly coming into it a little bit more, and they've drawn level on the score sheet as well, and they look more favourable, I think, than to get the second.
Yes, we now just see the ball with Brown. He goes to the left for target, plays all the way in behind, and now it's going to be Strelec who turns away from his man. Nice turn from him as well. Plays it to the left once more. McGree, lovely 1-2, and it's a ball back down the left-hand side. Strelec and Taylor are battling. He's had a foul from Cooper. He's got to be careful. He's on a yellow card. It's probably a yellow card challenge. Stops his man from cutting inside. He's going to get away with it, the centre-half. There was pulling initially off the ball between Strelec and Taylor, but seeing this back again, what do you think, Tom?
Yeah, Conway's done well to win the free kick because I think there's minimal contact there from Cooper. But it was really frustrating just watching that because you're waiting for Strelec to burst forward, and he's just been held by the centre-half, the other centre-half, Caleb Taylor, and he can't make the run, and that means that Conway sort of has to take it on himself. So you can see why he's gone down a little bit light because he's pretty much all on his own. This is a really dangerous position though.
Here it is, as we now see the ball ready to be taken, and the free kick ready to be taken, should I say. 66 minutes on the clock, remains 1-1. It's the type of free kick where you just want to fizz it across the face of goal. It's Britton, the man over it, and he does that. It takes a wicked deflection, and I think Patterson's just made an outstanding save. The power on that, the deflection would have made it harder. We'll see this back again. It just skims off the back of Bannon. What a save that is.
Yeah, I think it's hitting the crossbar, but he's not sure, Patterson. He rises really well towards that far right-hand side, gets a strong hand to it. It's over the bar. It is a brilliant stop.
Yes, we just wait for this corner kick to be taken now. It's going to be Matt Target, the man over it. What a game of football this has been so far. Whips in towards Ayling, who wins his header, but he puts it wide. It takes a deflection in the end off Coburn. He gives Coburn a little shove as well. They've been at it all game, these two, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been a real battle between those two. I mean, it's a bit of a mismatch really in terms of height, but Ayling uses his experience and his nous to get away from his man.
Yes, we just wait for this to be taken from the same side again. Target aiming for Ayling again. Pretty similar. It ends with Ayling on the deck. He gets way too much on his headed flick on, puts it miles over the bar, and that's a waste.
Yeah, but he feels like a rugby player or something today, Ailing. The amount of times he's been up and down off the ground, he's been battered from set pieces.
Here he has his Cooper, really risky at the back again, playing up, but he's clearing 60 deflection, goes into the hands of Anthony Patterson, who's just going to drop the ball now under a bit of pressure from Conway, clips it to the right-hand side looking for Aziz. He misses his header. Brown keeps it alive for Middlesbrough, and then Morris checks it forward, but it's well cleared away by Taylor. Looked like Coburn could have been offside there, but he keeps it alive, and it was brilliant work from Ivanovic, as Tom mentioned, and Coburn linking up pretty well with each other. And I didn't think the two taller strikers worked in the first half at all, but this second half certainly has, as we now see Bannon goes across to the left-hand side for Sturge. He looks to whip it in, takes the deflection off Britton, goes out for a throw-in, but with that, 68 minutes on the clock, we've reached the halfway stage of this second half. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1, thanks to goals from Dale Fry and Josh Coburn, and it'll be Tom to take it through to full time.
Cheers, Kieran. Yeah, 1-1 level as we approach the final quarter of the game, the final 22 or so minutes. Long throw comes in from Sturge towards the edge of the 6-yard box, nodded away as Bannon hits one. That would have been a brilliant way to get your first goal for your new club. Rolling back the years there, Barry Bannon, but it's just over the bar. It's a scissored volley from the edge of the box.
Yeah, one that Di Canio would have been proud of. That's the type of strike it was. Apparently Di Canio's famous goal, he caught it pretty well. He got decent connection on it. Unfortunately, he just puts way too much in it and goes over the bar. Yeah,
maybe if he was 10 yards further out, he's fine in the top corner, that one, but it's cleared long from the goal kick. Up towards Strelic, loses out to Cooper. Header on halfway is touched down into the feet of Bannon, who fires it over the top to Coburn. He drops it into the toes of Mitchell. He's looking for some space, looking for a teammate. Finds that now in Cooper on the left-hand side, in that left-back slot. Tries to play it down the line, takes a touch off Aidan Morris. Goes out of play for a Millwall throw. Morris certainly feeling something from that latest intervention in the game. 69 minutes gone though, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1. A vital point, you would say, for the visitors, more so than it would be, I think, for the hosts. Middlesbrough we're still hoping to chase Coventry as Middlesbrough come forward now down that left-hand side. Two challenges come in on Strelic. Falls to Conway, round the corner, back to Strelic. Inside the box, tries to drill it across the face of goal. It's blocked by Tristan Kramer. And out for a Borough throw on that far side. Strelic working his way into the game a little bit more. As Morris has it from the throw. Target infield to Conway. The Scotland international's got his back to goal and goes retreating to the halfway line. Here's Ailing. Just inside enemy territory, fires it into target, flicked it into the centre. Lovely header around the corner there from, I think it was Morris, or no, it was Brown, sorry, Alan Brown, who saw the run of Conway. Smart idea, but collected by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a smart idea. Unfortunately for him, the ball just skidded off the turf into the hands of the goalkeeper, who has just gone from one keeper to another, just boots it completely long in the end, and Bryn can take it down, and Middlesbrough can regain possession.
70 minutes have gone. Middlesbrough have had 24 shots in the game. Millwall have had just 9, but they've only had one fewer on target than Middlesbrough. 4 against 5, and the second half has been much better from Alex Neil's side, but it's Kim Hellbergs who come forward now. Conway shows too much of it to his man, gets away with it though as a long ball is intercepted by Cooper. He heads over the top of Brown and out for a Middlesbrough throw on the right hand side. Brown goes backwards over halfway into his own half to Ailing. Slows the pace of the ball down to a walk, goes across to the goal scorer for Borough, Dale Fry. Now into the toes of McGree, forward to Malander. Forward once more, intercepted though by Nagley, who has been quiet in this game, it's got to be said. Goes backwards towards Patterson, clears long up towards the goal scorer Coburn. Header is initially lost by a Millwall man, but Mitchell picks up the scraps. Here's Kramer on the overlap on the right-hand side. McGree tracking him. Lofted ball into the area over the head of everyone in there. It was well watched by Solomon Bryn, but he looked a little bit nervous as he saw Coburn coming in at the back post, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, exactly. That's because he's a threat in the air, of course, and he's considerably taller than Luke Ayling as well, so running onto a header, probably going to win it. Maybe even 10 times out of 10, and Middlesbrough playing out from the back there, really poor. Give away the cheapest of throw-ins.
72 minutes gone. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1. Throw in on that right-hand side, as Kieran mentioned. It's just over halfway inside Middlesbrough's territory. It's just on the edge of the final third. Cooper's coming up. Goes short to Bannon. Comes back to Aziz. Shifts it onto his left. Into the area towards a penalty spot. Headed away by Ayling. Underneath it there is McGree. He can't get it clear. It's picked up by Coburn. Back to goal. Brilliant toe in from Ayling, and that sets Borough on the counter as well. It's forward from Brown. There's loads of space in front of Conway. He's got Strelick in support. He's got 2 back, but he's got some support. It's still Conway. Still going. Can he get a shot off? He does. It's blocked. Falls for Ayling inside the area. Tries to draw it back across the face of goal. It's blocked away. Counter-attack after a counter-attack in the first half from Borough. It's the first real one of any sort of danger in this second period, but well defended in the end from Millwall.
Yeah, really, really well defended. Fantastic from them in the end. We just saw them on that left-hand side. It was Conway again driving with it, driving with the confidence. Well blocked by Mitchell. Probably his better moment of the game. Didn't dive in initially. He stayed with him the whole way. And then Ayling couldn't pick the pass, but corner coming up.
Corner from this near right-hand side. Away swinger from Britain. Low drilled one. Flicked towards goal, but easily punted into the sky by Aziz. And then the second bite of the cherry is much better. That's away from danger. Over towards halfway where it'll trickle out. And it won't. It'll be kept in by Target. Apologies. I thought he was going to leave it for the throw, but he wants to keep things ticking over. Here's Britain on the right. Infield then to Morris. Morris back to Britain. Good challenge comes in from Aziz. A much better second half from the Millwall man. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1, just over a quarter of an hour remaining. And it's still all to play for at the moment, as Middlesbrough have a throw. It was a 3-0 win for Middlesbrough in the reverse fixture back in August. All 3 goal scorers for Borough not involved today. Hackney and Jones are injured. And the third scorer, Bergzorg, is currently out on loan with Bristol City. Here's Conway, cuts in on his right. Can he get a shot off? He does. It's blocked though by Taylor, who's able to take a touch, then find the feet of Bannon. Bannon to the right-hand side for Kramer. Poor pass from him, intercepted, and that's put Middlesbrough on the attack once more. McGree back to Brown. Brown trying to find some space, supported by Britton on the edge of the area. He's under pressure from Sturge. Opens back up towards the far side. Space for Conway once more. McGree's there. Down the line into the area. Ball across the face of goal. It's a big chance. It's blocked off the line by Millwall. It's cleared away by Bannon. It's over halfway. Again, it's another opportunity gone begging for Middlesbrough.
It is. What a chance. What an opportunity. In the end, flashing across the face goal. It's last-ditch defending for Millwall, who just about cleared their lines. It feels like Middlesbrough are getting back to not their best, because they're still not creating big opportunities, but they're getting back to their dominant ways of just moving that ball about a little bit quicker, creating the half chances and putting Millwall on the back foot a little bit more.
Yeah, the momentum of the game has followed roughly what it was like in the first half, maybe less chances, but Millwall just sitting a little bit further back, and you just get the sense, Kieran, that maybe Millwall recognise that they've had a little bit of a snatch and grab by getting that goal. They've dropped off a little bit since.
Yeah, they have. Really struggling to get a grip of it right now. Millwall, maybe another change needed, maybe fresh legs up top just to add a little bit of something different, but we now see McGree.
Yeah, tries to find Strelick inside the area. Gets a shot off. Brilliant save from Patterson. I think the flag's gone up on the near side anyway. Yes, it has. He would have been offside anyway, Strelick. Patterson, though, wasn't sure. And it's another brilliant stop for the man on loan from Sunderland. It's point-blank range, really, from Strelick, who is offside, confirmed by the replay. It's a great save, though. Yeah,
it's an unbelievable save from Patterson. He was definitely offside in the build-up. They're just seeing that moment back where he's blocked by Cooper. Just once again didn't dive in, waited to put that block in against Morris. It was a great ball from McGree also, but yeah, 76 minutes on the clock, it's still 1-1.
Yeah, well, Aidan Morris, by the way, no player in the Championship has had more shots on target or created a higher XG without scoring a goal than the American. There's a man down here for Middlesbrough, Matt Target, is feeling something, just being seen to by a couple of Borough physios. 76.5 gone. Still 1-1. You're listening to Off-Tube Independent Studio-based commentary with the injury there to Target, or the ailment to Target. Provides an opportunity for both sets of players to go and take on some fluids and take on some advice as well from their respective managers. Kim Hellberg and Alex Neil in conversation with their respective sets of players. Coburn, the goal scorer for Millwall at the moment, cancelling out that opener from Dale Fry. And it was the two big men. We didn't really mention it, did we, when the goal went in, Kieran, such as the excitement from the equaliser, but it was the two big men combined, and it was flicked back by Ivanovic to Coburn. So the second half certainly has been a little bit more fruitful, I would say, from the two big men up top.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we'd said it about 10 minutes ago that in the first half it just didn't work with those two. Nothing was sticking. There was no pace in behind for when they wanted the long ball to get out of trouble. But the second half, it's worked a lot more. They've got a bit more touch tight with the defenders. They've wanted that battle a bit more. They've been that bit more physical, a bit more edgy in the challenge, and it's just made life a little bit harder for Middlesbrough.
Looks like Target is going to have to be replaced in this one. He's not going to be able to continue. Off he goes then in the 77th minute. Alex Bangura comes on to replace him. And Target had put in a real good shift. Didn't actually see what it was that was bothering him. Maybe just I was going to say a little bit of fatigue, but of course they've just had almost 2 weeks off, Kieran, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Matt Target, of course, he's a more experienced player, isn't he? Maybe, especially such a high-intensity game, maybe it's just taking its toll on him a little bit. And I don't think defensively he was great. He looked pretty good going forwards, but Bangura is going to add a lot of pace on that left-hand side. And with 12 minutes remaining, fresh legs can only be a positive thing, it feels.
Yeah, well, Bangura himself has only just returned from injury very recently. He was out for quite a few weeks. Came off the bench in that 0-0 draw against Blackburn. He'll only played about 10 minutes there, and he'll play just over that, maybe about 13 or 14, depending on how much we get added on, because we're into the 79th minute now. Millwall drawn level in this second period. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1. It's Taylor. He goes backwards to Patterson, inside his own area at the moment. Shift it to his left foot, then back to his right. Casual from the Sunderland loanee, then over halfway for Coburn, the goal scorer. Doesn't win his header. It's Bangura, the substitute, who does, but the rebounded ball forward is won by Bannon on halfway. And it is strange to see him in a shirt that isn't Sheffield Wednesday's, as it's flicked over towards that right-hand side by Negley. That's a good ball in towards Tristan Kramer, the Frenchman, forward to Aziz. Wants it on his left, gets it into the area. It's a decent ball towards goal. It's flicked away pretty much off the line once again from Britain as Ivanovic battles for it. No flag. Aziz tries to keep it alive with the header. He's collided with by Bangura. And the camera pans to Ayling. It was either he or Britain who'd stopped a potential winner there from Millwall. Aziz has been electric in this second half. It's been his balls into the area that have caused so many problems. It was Ayling, and Coburn was right there for a tap-in.
It's a great ball in, wasn't it? It may have even just found its way into the back of the net if he missed that, Luke Ayling, because it was just swerving towards the far post. They're the type of crosses that you really need to aim for, that if no one gets a touch, make it difficult for the goalkeeper to read it as well if it could go towards the far corner. But yeah, it's going to be a free kick coming up now. A silly challenge on the Millwall man. And a good opportunity now on the left foot of Aziz to whip this one in.
Yeah, it was Bangura who committed the foul. It will be a free kick to Millwall. 10 minutes to go, still 1-1. Aziz, who's shown that his left boot is dangerous on so many occasions in this second period, will raise his right arm in the air. And that left boot at the ball, low driven one towards the front post. It's blocked away. Aziz chases down the loose ball. Can't get there though before it goes out of play for a throw. It was Strelic who the ball struck. And Aziz will go across for the throw. Has a look towards the Middlesbrough fans. Getting some sort of, I won't say abuse, we're not too sure, but he's having something shouted at him on that far side. He goes backwards though as the ball comes into the area. It's a dangerous one, flick towards goal. Coburn battling for it. It was Bangura, the substitute. No, it wasn't, sorry, it was Malanda who was there this time. He is such a threat, Coburn, but it's out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's an offside in the end, I believe. As just seen, Ivanovic was offside as he challenged for it. So yeah, a good decision in the end. Would have been a corner if not. But yeah, another really good ball in, and once again Coburn lurking at the back post. He's almost taken the Dale Fry role. I don't think we've said Dale Fry's name once this second half. He was so influential in the first.
Yeah, as you said, he had 6 shots, didn't he, before even half time. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1. Fry wins that flick on, finds McGree. He can't shift it to a teammate though. It's won back by the visitors. Bannon forward towards Coburn. He was on his heels, but on his toes was Luke Ayling. He wins the ball forward to Strelic. Continues his run, Ayling. It falls for McGree on the corner of the box on the right, but the whistle has gone from the referee. Too strong of a challenge on Cooper, and that'll be a Millwall free kick. You've got to say that they've put everything out there, both sets of players, and I think as a result, in this sort of in this last quarter of the game, really, the quality has certainly dropped. But that's okay. We've had 3/4 of a game which was high quality.
Yeah, it has. The quality's gone, but I think the entertainment's still there. The excitingness is still there between these two sides because it still feels really open. It still feels end-to-end, so it's still a great watch. In my opinion, we just saw Stuart Downing, the former Borough man, in attendance at the Riverside, but we're back underway now.
Fry trying to battle for possession with Ivanovic. The referee says no fouls. He has for the majority of the game. He's allowed it to flow. It's eventually won by the Millwall man. It's a bit of head tennis though, as neither able to bring it under possession. That's Morris who's found Brown just on the edge of the defensive Borough third. Forward to Conway, round the corner to Ayling. Scooped ball forward, looking to go over the head of Sturge, but he's found it with his chest. He's just holding off Britton as he goes backwards to Patterson. He clears long. Up towards halfway, Ayling's there, heads into no man's land. It's picked off by Ivanovic. Millwall look to break, but Mitchell's in a little bit of a hole. Has to go the long way around to find a teammate. Forward from Negley out towards that far side for Kramer. And then forward to Aziz. 1-2 between those two. Back to the fullback, into the area. Coburn goes down. It's flapped up by the goalkeeper. In the end, it takes a touch off Sturge. It's going to go out for a goal kick, despite Millwall's claims of a penalty. Well, he went down heavy there, Coburn. And Ayling did block the run. It was like a pick and roll, wasn't it, from a basketball game? He just ran into him.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a throw-in for Millwall on the near side. I think it is. He just gets a touch, doesn't he, Bryn? I think it looked like it could have touched Sturgis. Ended up dribbling out for a corner rather than a throw-in, but Sturgis missed the ball. He didn't get a touch on it, so I don't think he missed it on purpose. I just think he completely missed-kicked, but Barry Bannon hangs it up to the back post.
Yeah, it's a header won by Taylor back across the face of goal. Coburn underneath it, but the goalkeeper, Bryn, gets a vital touch with his right hand. Bannon picks up the loose ball as Ayling's touch was too heavy. Negley back towards halfway for Sturge, across towards the right-hand side for Kramer. Forward Millwall come. It's they who are driving this one in the final 6 minutes. It's Aziz on the right-hand side. That's 2 to beat. Can't get past the combination of the Middlesbrough players. It's brought forward by Bangura. He goes down under the challenge. The referee, whose name we haven't actually said yet, Anthony Blackhouse, blows his whistle. And that will be a Middlesbrough free kick. There's going to be some more changes here. It will be Macaulay Langstaff who is preparing to come on. So the number 17 will replace Ivanovic, who, as I say, flicked towards Coburn for the equaliser. You have to say, outside of that, has done very little to influence the game.
Yeah, he certainly has. And Macaulay Langstaff, I thought maybe to bring him on at half-time, it just made the most sense to bring him on. But they've waited their time, found the right time to turn to him, and maybe he could be a handful in this remaining 5 minutes.
He certainly could be a goal scorer on many occasions at lower levels. Not really hit the heights that he wanted to at this level. But here's Coburn for Millwall. Into the area, trying to get a shot off. It's Coburn, and that's his second. It's Millwall's second. It came on the break just after that change had been made. It's not an immediate impact from Langstaff, but it's Coburn against his former side for the second time this afternoon. And it's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 2. What a turnaround in this second period from Alex Neil's side.
And Millwall, that's that second in the Championship. I mean, that is insane, especially based on how the first half went. Middlesbrough was so dominant for a good 50 minutes. Look at the players who are out. Castledine and Hackney, who are on the sidelines today, both have their head in their hands watching this one. Morgan Whittaker just watching on as well. But it's Melander who's really been pretty faultless. He gives the ball away, and there's just no real urgency to win it back from anyone. Nice pick out from Barry Bannon, who I think's added a lot of experience to this Millwall performance. He just looks really assured, doesn't he? What a lovely finish it is, though, from the former Borough man. Plays it to the far side. Coburn cuts inside onto his right. Just almost guides it into the far bottom corner. Great finish from him. Like I said, the former Borough man, it'll feel even better as he got the better of Luke Ayling with that one as well. It's been a great battle between those two. And look at Alex Neil's reaction. This could be, back-to-back results of going to Ipswich and getting a point, and going to Middlesbrough and potentially getting 3 after being absolutely battered in the opening 45. Credit to the Millwall players, never gave up. There's still time left, but what a moment, 2-1.
Yeah, what a moment. What a finish as well from Coburn, who's on a hat-trick against the side, whose academy he came through at It's two brilliant moments from him and two brilliant moments from Millwall. Ball into the area, cannons off Barry Bannon. Morris trying to get on the end of it, touches it to the toes of McGree, who swings towards goal. That takes a deflection, it's out for a Borough corner. And I just have to go back to it. What a finish that is from Coburn to keep your head in a game which has so much on the line, Kieran. Yes, there's still games to be played in this season, but as you said, victory today puts them second, albeit potentially temporarily, to keep your head against your former side when emotions are running high. It's brilliant from Coburn.
Yeah, and imagine that away end as well right now. They'll have gone absolutely mental. A couple of tricky games coming up for Middlesbrough as well. They've got Swansea away coming up, then it's Portsmouth at home, which is massive, but then they're away at Ipswich. So what a result this is going to be for Millwall. Like I said, a lot of their remaining 6 games are against sides in the bottom half of the table. Some of them battling relegation, which sometimes you don't want to be playing against those sides. Corner completely overhit for Middlesbrough, goes out of play on the far side. Wow. Millwall with a great chance in these coming weeks.
Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 2. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Well, as I said at half-time, Alex Neil would have absolutely snapped your hand off for a point, and his side are on their way to getting 3. There's a change here for Middlesbrough. It's an attacking one. Jeremy Samiento is coming on for Callum Britton, and a change which will certainly, I imagine, shift Middlesbrough into a back 3. We'll wait and see exactly how this looks, but with Bangura came on, could be a 4, could just be an extra man in midfield. We'll wait and see, but either way, it's Middlesbrough who are behind after being in front and looking so dominant in that first half. You think back to that first 45 minutes, they had 18 shots to Millwall's 3, but they only hit the target 3 times. They squandered so many opportunities. In the second half, it's been much more level. 10 shots for Middlesbrough still, but 7 for Millwall and 4 on target. And of course the 2 goals as well. Here is Ayling down the right hand side for Borough. Ball into the area is deflected away, and it's out for a throw in on the near side. 89 minutes have gone. We're into the final one. We have the allotted 90. And again, I said this in the first half, we don't have the benefit of audio inside the Riverside Stadium. Before it was 1-0, I bet it was bouncing. I bet it was hectic. Once that goal had gone in, I can imagine it is as quiet as a church out there now at the Riverside Stadium, except for that away end. Ball into the area, looking for the run of a Middlesbrough man in Strelic. It's headed partially away as Brown picks it up on the far side, supported by Conway. He touches it away from Taylor. Billy Mitchell putting the pressure on the Middlesbrough midfielder Brown as he opens up. Has to go back towards halfway though. Fry, the goal scorer for Borough, towards Bangura, down the line to Malander, back to Bangura. Millwall doing ever so well out of possession just to keep them at arm's length here. Defending ever so well, Alex Neil's side, who, as I say, has a history of promotions, and this one would be up there with one of the all-time great promotions in the Championship if they can get into the Premier League. A Millwall side who, of course, would relish the opportunity to play West Ham, but potentially they could be swapping.
Yeah, imagine that. They could be swapping. I think people are of the opinion of whichever way one goes, they hope that the other one stays. So if Millwall were to go up, I think people would want West Ham to go up, which, I mean, with the way they've been over the last 2 months, I think West Ham really can stay up in the Premier League. Of course, Leeds have dropped off. You've got the likes of Tottenham and Forest in that battle as well. It'd be interesting to see what Tottenham I like in the next few games with De Zerbi in charge. But 5 minutes of added time in this one for Middlesbrough to try and rescue something, but they're not creating anything at the moment.
Nowhere near as much as they did in the first half. Here's Brown for Middlesbrough though, towards McGree, out towards the far side for Conway, overlapping run from Bangura. Brilliant challenge from Taylor, who'd read it so well. There's a man down for Middlesbrough in the centre of the park as Conway puts a hand on it. Kramer had fouled him according to Anthony Blackhart, and that'll be a Middlesbrough free kick. Borough 1, Millwall 2. A brilliant second half from Alex Neil's side. 2 goals from Josh Coburn, his 7th and 8th of the season in the league, the former Middlesbrough man. But a free kick now for Kim Helberg's side, who I said when they equalised Millwall, this was a big test of their character. And at the minute, they've failed that test, but they do still have time. They've got about 3.5 minutes remaining of the 5 added on. Free kick on that far side. It will be Brown to take it. Raises his right arm in the air, swings a right boot at the ball, flick towards goal by Conway, into the air, head tennis ensues inside the area, it's bobbling around, it's scrappy, no one really able to get a strong foot on it, then Coburn's able to clear, out for a throw on the right hand side. It's the Most dangerous they've looked in the last few minutes, Middlesbrough, as Ayling has it from the throw. Back to Sammy Sk. His first touch goes infield, then back towards the right for Ayling. Ayling with the ball at his feet, in towards the area, blocked away by Sturge, kept alive by Malander. Sweeps it centrally. It's a fall there, though, from a Middlesbrough man, and Millwall will pounce onto it. And they're on the counter-attack now. Here's Mitchell. He's all on his own inside the final third. He's going to try and have a run at goal. Gets the shot away. He never looked comfortable. It's over the bar and out of play. But what a mistake that nearly was from Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's a slip and almost a costly slip. I thought Mitchell could have held it up a little bit more and tried to pick the pass to Coburn on the left-hand side. Never really felt like he had the legs or energy. Just where he gets 1v1 against Malander, I thought he maybe could have stopped sprinting with it. Maybe he put his studs on the ball, turned away, and maybe picked it to the left-hand side, but put it over the bar himself, and here come Middlesbrough again.
Yeah, Mitchell, a man who's only scored once in 160 appearances for Millwall. Here they come, Middlesbrough down the left-hand side. Bangura into the area for McGree, who pulls the trigger. It's blocked. Sammy Sk has it taken off his toes by McGree. Finds Brown on the edge of the area, who hits one. That's deflected, and out for a Middlesbrough corner.
Yeah, another Middlesbrough corner. Feels like they've had so many in this game. Can they produce a huge late leveller in this promotion race?
Goalkeeper's coming up for this. Solomon Bryn arrives inside the area 2 minutes to go of the 5 added on. Corner comes in high, lofted towards a penalty spot. It's flicked away by Millwall. Conway will pick it up on the corner of the box. Heavy touch from him once again. Finds Brown, sweeps it back into the area. Ayling over his head. Here's McGree across the face of goal. Is that handball from Aziz? Referee says no, they're still going as Ayling tries to swing it back in. That's deflected. It'll be another corner. Frantic stoppage time period. They take the corner quickly and short. Here's Sammy Sk. Support from McGree. Doesn't use him. Goes back to Morris. Morris out towards Ayling on the right. He's got time to swing a ball in. High lofted towards a back stick where the heads go up. Sent back across goal. McGree battling forward. That's brilliant from Bannon to send it clear. It's still alive. Bryn's still up there. Middlesbrough in possession. Into the area once more. That's overhit. Out of play. What a waste. What a game.
Yeah, what a game. This has been a fantastic game. Like I said at the start, sometimes the half-12s in the EFL are quite slow. This has been anything but. What a chance we saw at the back post for McGree. It just took too long. It felt indecisive on what he wanted to do. He maybe was thinking, I'm in so much space. Do I go for goal myself? Do I play it across? He ended up playing it across. So many Millwall players putting their bodies on the line as Mitchell's just about to make way, as well as Aziz. It's going to be Kundal and McNamara coming on. The defending from Millwall since really it went 1-1 has been fantastic, and we really berated their defending in the first half, but it's completely flipped.
It has been chalk and cheese for Millwall, you have to say. They've had their own game of two halves, really. The first was terrible, to say the least. The second has been almost perfect, and they've only got about 10 seconds remaining to hang on, unless the referee Anthony Blackhouse plays some extra time. It's Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 2. At the moment, Josh Coburn, the hero, the villain for Middlesbrough fans, against his former side. Cleared long by Middlesbrough towards halfway. Will they have one more opportunity, or will Millwall get all 3 points, which is absolutely vital in their promotion race? Out towards the left-hand side, Coburn goes in towards Negley's feet. He's going to hold it up in the corner. No surprise there. Comes back towards halfway for Sturge. Safe possession from Millwall. They go back to halfway. We've played the 5 added on. Down the line to Macaulay Langstaff. That's his first real touch since coming off the bench. He now does go into the corner. Ayling's behind him. There's no real impetus from Middlesbrough to win it back. Then Sammy Sk comes across to get it. All eyes towards the referee. We've played the 5 added on. Here's Malander. Looks forward, dilly-dallies with it, goes to Bangura to his left. He goes forward, high lofted towards the final third, and there is the full-time whistle. It is a vital 3 points for Alex Neil's side. They will go, albeit potentially temporarily, into second place in the Championship. What a second half from him. What a second half from his Millwall side, but it's Josh Coburn who got a double. His brace has given all 3 points to the visitors. Full-time, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 2.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting markets, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting markets, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary